This is Q Talk America.
The following broadcast contains adult humor, language, and topics, along with partial nudity. Actual knowledge is used sparingly. The show is a result of a lost bet and a bad game of rock, paper, scissors. It's the show with Clayton McKee. And now, a man with a face for radio, Clayton McKee.
Okay, I've still got two goddamn many buttons to push and pull and go and make things happen. It's only, what, is this week 3 of video for us?
It is.
I still don't have it all together.
You're doing well.
Thank God this intro music is really long now on the new intro that I made. Stand by, I gotta get our camera shot. We're gonna try this. I think I take that out and I do that. Oh, there we go. Now we've got something going on. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And all the ships at sea, as I always say. It's a little after 7 o'clock. It's the show on Q Talk America. My name is Clayton McKee. Thank you for being here or there or wherever you can enjoy our little broadcast. I'm sitting in the studio along with Katie June and Al Perkins. We don't know where the hell Marnie is. She will be late to her own funeral. We already all know that. Yeah. So she's running tardy somewhere. And the door's not locked, so she can get in the studio. So unless you hear some banging somewhere,
then that's her.
It may be her.
There'll be food involved.
Oh, I'm sure she's bringing.
If it's for all of us, then I'm on board.
Yeah, because I didn't plan a snack for this week's show.
Yeah, I would.
I do want to do a tiny little bit of housekeeping for you new viewers as you are watching our podcast. Hi, you're out there. Mom's out there. Whoever else is out there. Couple things for you. If you do get video dropout and or audio dropout while watching the stream, just realize that is part of the interwebs. Sometimes things go faster and slower, so occasionally you might have a glitch here and there. Things are broadcasting out of here 9 times out of 10, pretty much right, so we know that we're on board. Also, don't forget, if you are listening to the audio only, you don't watch the audio and don't watch the video stream and then the audio only stream. They do not synchronize. We're trying to get some of these people who are very confused about things all on board for us. But anyway, we're off and running. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
You're very busy. There's Marnie Ryer.
Go ahead.
What happened?
I guess my Facebook sign-in for this fucking iPad is different than my Facebook login for any other device I have.
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be.
Is that what you're having some technical difficulties of your own?
Yeah, that was the problem a couple of weeks ago. Is I can't and now it's trying to make me type 2 fancy cursive words.
Oh, I hate
because it doesn't recognize what that is it doesn't recognize the device. So you're having to make it recognize.
So do you put the space in or do you not put the space in?
I don't.
I think you do put the space.
We'll have to look. Can you hold it up so I can see it? So I don't have to.
Listeners, tune in.
Yeah,
if you know what we're talking about.
Oh my God, what the hell's happening?
This is like the 7th.
I think yes. Put the space.
I thought there was. Isn't it 2 lines?
2 separate words.
I thought it was 2 lines, 2 separate things.
I don't know.
Not sure. Well, there's Marn.
Hi, Marn. Hi.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Now, you do realize now that people can see that you come in late.
No, but you look really cute.
Well, thanks.
So, yeah.
Well, there's that.
You've got a color scheme going here.
You do. I like it a lot.
Oh, even down to your little shoes.
Absolutely. The shoes have to match that. There has to be.
Yeah. You're a good gay man, Marnie.
Absolutely. This is a true story. Oh, I'm so sorry. And for those that know me that are watching, they're like, duh.
Well, right. Well, I even announced that you're in transit somewhere. We don't know where you are, but you'll be late for your funeral. It doesn't really matter.
Totally.
You'll be here.
Yeah. I'll still be here, but,
we figured that the delay had something with food.
No.
But
not this week.
That's sad.
That's how little time I had, so I apologize.
Oh, no, because really...
Oh, no, I thought about that.
Those of us sitting in here for 3 solid hours on a Tuesday probably don't need to eat any more snickerdoodles or chocolate-covered anything.
Well, sitting completely still.
No, I wanted to bring actual food tonight.
Oh. So. I thought about having something ordered in, but I'm not sure. But then I realized that my friend, our friend, Jason Carlton and Ruben from Charlie's, they were out having a happy hour drink, and I thought, well, maybe we should invite them to pop in for beverages.
Sure.
Then I realized that there's nothing about that that's a good idea because they were drinking like...
When were they at happy hour?
Like about 4.
Right.
Was today
that's
the Irish Car Bomb Day that I saw something? Jason was that yesterday?
No, it was a couple days. Well, he may have done it again today, but a few days ago, he and his boyfriend Shane were having Irish Car Bombs at George and Dragon, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I love the George.
Yeah, it's been forever since I've been there.
It has been a long time too. Fantastic. I lived right across the street in the apartments
in the park.
Yeah, I was just going to say, well,
under a tree.
You should have left the cardboard box.
Happy camping to you, sir or
Let's use
ma'am.
crayons on it.
Yeah.
Well, this was
It
pre-Palmer.
was decorated. It
got
was
it,
pretty.
yeah.
But it was a good. It was like a good walking bar. I was in those apartments right there.
Oh, okay.
So it was a very convenient place, a watering hole.
Sure.
Very fun.
It's still a good walking bar for me. I've walked there a couple times.
Yeah.
From where you are?
Also in the park, he was my neighbor, just a few trees down. A few trees down.
Two shrubs away.
2 trees and a bush south. Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah. Well,
Let it go.
maybe not a bush.
Wow.
letting it go. That was my point.
Okay, there's that.
Hey, wait, we've got
What happened?
Erin is on board for next week. She's committing at this point. We're holding you to it.
Oh, I can see
Tending bar
this.
and bringing goodies.
10 bar and bring goodies.
Erin, that would be
What
so
do we
much
think?
fun.
Why not?
I love
that's
it.
fun.
Is she on spring break?
Yeah.
Next week?
That's
Oh.
fantastic.
We
Well,
must
that
take
just makes
advantage
me
of
happy.
those. We
Yeah.
must take
I love
advantage of those times. So yeah, is she gonna
love
wear
it.
a special outfit to be?
Well,
No, probably
No,
not.
no.
It's just having
like a
How
candy
about green
I'm
and
gonna guess-
yellow?
Oh, go to hell. Straight to hell.
No, wait a minute. Is
No.
it? Because that's not.
It's not. She can wear green, and that's fine.
Okay,
Terry
so,
cloth shorts.
So even though it's
I love it. Right?
even though it's
Terry
several
cloth
Yeah.
shorts.
God bless her.
Like most leprechauns. She'll be in 70s running gear.
from Sears. Those are from Sears,
Sears.
circa 1978.
Truly
Old
the
Navy.
softer
Old
side.
Navy. Everything's from Old Navy.
Truly the softer side.
Remember when everybody a couple years ago tried to make velour happen again?
Yeah.
Remember
Oh.
that sad
Yeah.
week?
Yeah.
And I kept telling people, I have the bathroom mat to match your shirt at home.
Yeah. Or it's the interior of an 82 Grand Prix.
Exactly. Or remember at Denny's when they used to have, that's what this reminds me of. Remember the latchwork artistry on the walls at Denny's? You need a
No.
bottle opener? Is that what this whole hullabaloo
Yeah,
is?
that's why I'm like,
For the love of
there
Jesus.
should be one right over there.
But do you remember all the horrible latchhook artistry on the walls of Denny's?
I have to say, I don't.
Back when they had a bar?
not.
Back when they
They
did, they
had a bar?
served beer and liquor in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Denny's in
Not all-
Scottsdale and
Like Osborne?
Oak or
Os-
Osborne.
yeah.
That
Not
one
all
had
of
a
them
bar
did.
for years. Not all of them.
35th Avenue in Bethany was also one that served.
And they were shit ass cocktails. But let me tell you,
I didn't know about bar,
Desperate is
but
It went
desperate.
right along with that shitty moons
Right.
over my hammy. So it worked out perfect.
which by the way,
really the
2 o'clock in
quality
the
was-
morning isn't.
No,
shitty.
at 2 a.m. They're
delicious.
fantastic.
And
Yeah.
I used
It's
the phrase
damn right.
latch hook artistry, so that tells you that we
Gourmet.
really were at a certain level. The drunker you are, though, the better that moons over my hemi starts to taste.
Oh, it does.
And then the worse the diarrhea is the next day.
Okay.
You know what we used to do?
That only
I'm
has
just
one
curious,
exit.
Now, is that like from Ronco? Like the latch hook thing? Was that like a Ronco
No,
stunt
you know,
and style
I've not-
setter?
it used to have other names.
You remember Ronco?
Should we Google that? Because I
I
don't know
had
what
the
that is either.
skis. I had the skis. They were like that long. They were
God, I loved
fantastic.
Ronco.
I loved Ronco.
I used to. I was so excited when that damn food dehydrator commercial would come on, and I was like a little kid, and I was just beside myself with excitement.
So you are
And-
always on these trends.
What's the next
loved
best thing? What's the next? Well, what's the next best thing?
Ronco, the hair that really they actually sold. I don't remember from this one, and it didn't have its full own infomercial. It was just like a little commercial on the food dehydrator,
Like a 2-minute
infomercial.
thing, right?
For the door,
Snippet?
the little for the it was to protect your car door. And it was an inflatable wrap.
Oh, that hung in
from
the center-
strings.
right,
Yes.
yes.
I that one I hated because I felt like I could make that, and they were charging $15.99 for it or whatever. I kind of hated. That was a real cop out product. But the food dehydrator, God damn it, if I didn't want to be eating my own fruit roll-ups every day. And my parents said no. Every
Mine is
time.
the thing that made. Remember
Sad.
the thing that shrunk all your sweaters down to a 1-inch by 1-inch thing?
Oh, the
that
space-
you could-
the space
the
bag.
space bag that had a vacuum
that-
attached.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
like, you could
right,
take
right.
your car and put it in this bag and park it in your pocket.
I finally bought those.
Oh my gosh, those
I
are
bought
like
space bags.
I just
They're
want to get a little buzzed
obsession.
and make sweaters smaller. I know I can do that in my dryer, but I want to do it.
In a plastic bag. And
Out
with your
of doors.
vacuum cleaner.
Now,
me.
wait,
good point.
put the camera on Katie again.
Damn it, which one?
Just keep my mic on, but put the camera. Okay, now behind her, there's these things, these burlap sacks. Now,
I thought you just wanted to look at
yeah,
my
but
beautiful
latch
Yes.
hook
Or-
artistry. Remember,
Luxurious.
you would poke holes in it, so you would make a picture of
I know,
grass.
yeah, I know what
so
you're
you would
talking
just
about.
poke like one thing of yarn through.
Oh, I
until
see.
it was thick, and you'd use every one of those holes until
Right.
you had like a horrible.
Oh, those are the
outdoors. But it
worst.
was what was in all Denny's until I don't know until I got sober. So probably tomorrow.
When was that? You're full of shit.
Yeah.
Liar.
When, I was saying, when are you sober?
That's fantastic. No, we used to go. My favorite Denny's treat was the cheesy fries, and that was like a really super late night treat, and their strawberry malts, and I would get it every time, and I may or may not have been smoking weed.
May or may not.
Maybe.
Sir or ma'am.
Now, was this a Denny's in Nantucket or here?
This is actually the gay Denny's.
Sure,
because when I was in high school and a theater geek in high school, that was like a really cool place for us to hang out. Like we wanted to come to Central Phoenix to the gay Denny's.
Absolutely,
it was like a cool.
Because you probably knew a few gay gentlemen while you were in the theater.
One or two, maybe,
perhaps.
Yeah,
we did. Ours was on breaks from theater in high school. There was a McDonald's and a Denny's at the end of the street, so we would like pool our money, and that was the only time in my life I ever ate McDonald's was with theater. Like, we would put all of our money on the counter.
With theater people.
And we would just, we seriously would throw all our money on the counter and be like, how many chicken nuggets can we get with this? And it was me and Gina Cerise and all these people. We would empty our pockets and make them like count it out. Okay, 6 chicken nuggets, 7 chicken nuggets. You're up for 12-piece. Is it extra for sauce, sir or ma'am?
However you self-identify.
Exactly.
Damn it. You'll have to forgive me. I'm going to probably cough through this whole goddamn show.
Really can't tell.
Yeah, well.
Aaron apparently passed out on the bathroom floor of that Denny's, the gay Denny's.
Oh, the Jenny's.
Mm-hmm.
Jenny's.
Yeah.
Actually, there are a lot of people that I'm sure we all know.
Oddly.
Well, no.
I mean, oddly.
You could probably convince a lot of people that was a rotating restaurant because so many people have had the spins in those booths.
Oh my god!
That Denny's spins, doesn't it? Yeah, I remember. I remember turning.
You know what else actually spun on its own axis was the parking lot at Hamburger Mary's. Another rotating.
If Jason Carlton has listened, he watched my darkest day at the Hamburger Mary's.
I didn't realize it was the darkest.
I didn't either.
You know, the little things that I don't know what they're called that you park your car up against.
Little curbs.
The little curbs, but they're only
those
like
little
one
cement
car.
blocky things.
Yeah, they stop your car from, I don't know, going more than 10 miles an hour into the building. Less than 10 miles an hour. I think more than you'll go right over it. I had thrown up on everything, passed out everywhere, and eventually I made my peace with sleeping like a plank on one of those things.
Oh, just on the top, like the 6-inch wide?
I just laid there until I could be rescued.
That is fantastic. Was it like Rapunzel? Did you put your hair down?
That was your spot.
I probably still had hair at the time.
Maybe.
It was after a pride and a long day of drinking, and we were finally going to go because I eat. Like, there is no such thing as a day without food for me. I don't do that whole, like, because anytime that there's no food and then there's liquor, you'll just find me vomiting. Like, that is how that path goes.
So we want to reflect back to the Oscars.
Yeah. So once you see me getting in that hyper bipolar drunk state, you got to start asking, like, when did you eat?
Right.
I should remember that because
make a note.
That is funny.
Because you don't see it very often, but when you do, you know there's vomiting.
You make a mark when you.
That's good.
And it's orange usually.
Right, well, which makes no sense to me, but I didn't. Whatever.
Oh, because the only thing I had was buffalo chicken.
Oh yeah, which was good.
But that day I went in to get something to eat, and I went to the bathroom, and Carlton puts. I don't salt anything. Like, I do not use salt. I don't like the taste of it. Yeah, I'm not a salt person. So I went to the bathroom and ordered my food, and Jason, thinking that we were going to share, and he salts everything. And he puts like 16 times more than I think a human should ever even be able to eat. He put it on there, and so I'm trying to like absorb liquor, and all I did was get like completely dried out and dehydrated. And I was trying to like chug water, and it just everything.
Forget it.
And you were probably working that day, or one of you two was, and you probably were like, "Get the drunk queen out of here."
I love that.
Oh, no, we probably just joined him.
Oh, yeah, certainly.
We were definitely taking shots.
Well, if me and Carlton came in, I'm sure you guys were trying to buy us shots and drinks.
That was just the best. Kelly,
the coolest kids in school just came in.
Absolutely. Let's give them booze.
Kelly remembers one time, and it just made me think when you said pride, and this has nothing to do with like being too drunk, but coming in after a pride, and the toilets had backed up, and I don't think that I was working there at this time.
Oh my God,
and she walked in to like mid-calf, like shit toilet water right in the front door.
Oh God, I remember
But she said the worst part, she's like, the worst part was, and this is, I guess, where the drunkenness plays in, they walked through it to get to the bar and go have food and drink.
On a mission.
Shit water floating around your ankles.
We call that a lake.
10, 11 years ago, in the dog days of summer, I don't think, it was a Sunday night, so it was just karaoke at BS West, and this was like more than a decade ago. I think it was still the old bar setup. And hottest day of the summer, our air went out. Then the toilets backed up. we could not keep people out. The place was overflowing, and I was so
in
busy.
more ways than one.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, the toilets were, and people were like staying and singing, and like, you're singing in toilet water.
This is gross.
There's a bar on either side of this building. Like, just cross the alley and go get a drink. Like, leave so we can clean up.
Yeah.
No one left.
No.
And after close, people were still like sloshing around, and I'm like, this isn't delightful back of the toilet water, which you can drink in the zombie apocalypse. This is in the toilet water, like no longer potable at all.
It's so horrible.
You're actually standing in a drink that you drank 3 hours ago.
Exactly. It's the rental beer later that same night.
Thanks for putting the real perspective to it.
Yeah.
That's good. Your own drink.
And then the one or two people that didn't go to Howard Johnson's to take a dump. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
In Buffalo, that's what we used to call it. When nobody was ever going to accidentally take a poop in a gay bar. So you're like,
my God.
you got to go to the Howard Johnson's.
Yeah.
Oh, the Hojos.
A gay bar or anywhere else.
Oh, yeah.
If you're me.
But Hojo's was always
all.
acceptable. Never, not even a Denny's. Like,
Home is that's it. It's home
and Hojo's.
nothing.
Home and Hojos.
When you're 30 miles from home,
You got
Hojo's.
it. Yeah.
Yes. Oddly, we have a story that is along those lines coming up in headlines in just a little while. It's 7:15. It is the show on Q Talk America.
A lot of talk about backed up toilets.
It really was.
Or sinkholes.
We've started out this
I think it's a ringing endorsement of Denny's that's where the conversation
and
is.
Hojos. By God,
Well, there you have
we're
it.
gonna get a letter. We're gonna get sued.
We're not
Means
singing.
we've made it.
No,
Oh, that's paying for it.
defamation.
Yeah, that's right. That's
defamation of logos or trademarks
This
or
is all
whatever.
fact.
So Katie, you said something. You took a bike ride the other day.
I did.
That was the subtle segue into what's up with you guys this week.
Yeah, I am. I've decided that I need to be. I said to Kelly today, a better mom, but I think I need to use my time more wisely because how is it that I don't work and I can't like make breakfast, do laundry, like clean the house and play with my daughter like all in the same day. Like it's one
think
or
it's
the
called
other.
on-demand TV, as we were discussing earlier.
Oh, that's right. You were.
It is like I think I've said before, we have our activity every morning. We wake up, we do one activity. And then like the rest of the day, I feel like is just shot and I don't know how. So I'm trying to do my own scheduling now. So we went for a bike ride, a nice, 45 minutes down the bridle path on Central. Today we grocery shopped. We went to lunch with a friend. Tomorrow I'm making pancakes.
Nice.
For breakfast. That's a good mom thing.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get my shit
Certainly
together.
not fancy. You made it sound like you're making. I'm like, that's a Bisquick biscuit just poured differently.
Right.
Yeah. I actually had to buy the Bisquick today at the store when we went to the store.
I think it's a big deal. I
is.
think it's a big deal.
So I'm just trying
Did
to
you
like,
lead now? How are you like fess up? Is it like a mix where you just add water, or are you like doing it?
I think it's eggs.
Like
and
an egg,
water.
right.
Okay, that's fine. As long as
And
it's
maybe
egg.
oil.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right, then that's a
It's
pancake.
like baking a
That's-
cake.
That's a lot of it.
Yep.
That's a lot of
That
ingredients.
is. You're in.
See,
That's
my
multitasking.
mom
That
makes
you're in good mom status.
Okay, see, my mom makes pancakes.
Can I hark back to Denny's makes those? So you
Yeah,
might.
I know.
I would just stop by.
I know.
Or Rudy
when I was
Tutti
pregnant,
Fresh
I
and
ate
Fruity.
them.
I will
But
just give you a little serving suggestion.
Yeah.
Just a dollop, and do not use yogurt, or I will come over there and slap you.
Okay.
Use just a dollop of sour cream in the mix, and they're like,
Really?
Yes. And
Yes.
do not use yogurt.
No, I have sour cream.
Shut up, Molly.
Seriously.
Do
How
not
about
buy into
Harrison?
that.
Is Harrison
Yeah.
She
Do
said it
not
was
buy
delicious.
into that whole yogurt bullshit, because here you're not looking for consistency or weight
Right.
loss. That sour cream, nothing else like it.
Okay.
But just a dollop. It doesn't take much.
I'm into it.
Into the whole, and you can make 30 pancakes with that one dollop, and they'll just
Well,
taste
I'll
better.
let you know.
The I'll let you bring that up. Rebar downtown for their brunch here in Phoenix has sour cream pancakes, and I thought they were joking to me when I first tried them, and I'm like, okay, these are just like crack.
It just
They're
takes and
fantastic.
it's just a drop. All it does is it makes them a little bit richer. You just get a little bit more out of your,
It's all good.
because you can use like skim milk and stuff like that. Like you can cut back everywhere else, just that, and it's just that one little dollop. And,
Okay.
oh, it's heaven.
A dollop of daisy, if you will.
A dollop
My
of
mom
daisy.
makes pancakes, and she makes them from scratch, and they're gorgeous and amazing. And it's a Kiss the Cook recipe, that restaurant over on in Glendale. It's like this little, gourmet country shop kind of thing, and it's delicious.
I think he means you.
I am. That's
Me or
You, your
this?
That's
body.
where you want it to be, right there.
Oh, okay.
All right.
There you go.
But anyhow, so that was what we did. We went on a bike ride. I wanted to say, I had said to Clayton, but I'm super, super appreciative of you guys being cool about last week. Kelly's mom was feeling well, and so we went and spent some time with family.
Oh,
so
nice.
that was really nice.
That was highly
Hashtag inappropriate. Hashtag bad timing.
What's that?
Molly
She
put
started
more like
laughing hysterically.
defecation of character.
That was funny.
I looked down at the wrong time. I apologize.
No, I'm kidding.
glad
I'm
Kelly's
teasing.
mom's feeling
I'm
better.
teasing.
That was
you.
really bad timing.
That was,
you.
but it was funny.
Well done.
So that was good. So that was kind of our last week, and now I'm gearing up for the gala. The HRC gala is happening this Saturday.
Oh, and Clayton is your host, if I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken.
he's
No,
our-
I'm not the host.
But he's our voice of God.
I do well, and I didn't call it that. That is a term that they use for their production. It's just a voiceover. So I'm the guy that's behind the scenes when between the segments, because they do an entire video production, like the whole thing, and it's all recorded. But I'm the guy that is like at the Oscars, where please welcome Oscar winner, blah blah blah. So I say those things, and it's all scripted. So I don't get to ad lib and make funny comments about.
Well, probably a part of
okay.
it at the HRC dinner.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that's happening. I want you to know. So the tickets are not cheap. I think they're $200 or $250. But next year, I've been invited to be the co-host of the dinner.
Okay.
So I really need you guys.
You need to work on that pancake recipe.
to come. So I'm telling all of my friends in advance. It is a year's notice.
Okay.
Start saving your nickels.
I'm not going to say $250 for that.
Can you just think about? I mean, I just said something, so think about it. Just
the
pretend.
parking lot.
Okay,
I'm not gonna do
sure,
that.
sure.
But wait, but
I'll
she's
hang
gonna
out in the parking lot.
finish your story. What you were just telling me about the 10-year.
Oh yeah, so it'll be the 10-year anniversary.
Okay.
So maybe we'll have like the goal is to get a really, really, really super fabulous guest. I mean, we
Thank
always
you.
have great.
Thank you,
Well, I mean,
we have good
Al
guests.
and I will do it. If that's what you wanted, just get to the fucking point.
But hopefully we'll have a really good guest. Just don't shoot me down quite yet. Give me
I wasn't shooting. I said I'd hang out in the parking lot.
I'm in, but I just had a total and complete brain fart. Who's it for?
It's
HRC.
for human rights
Oh,
campaign.
human rights.
So we're working so that for marriage.
Do you have like the cute little pour
workplace
section
equality?
in the back for people? Like
We have
that
student
maybe you could have like,
tickets.
here's the VIP, like there's all the cool kids, and then you could have like, look, those poor fuckers in the back.
we
I wanna sit
we
at that
wrangle them
table.
up and put you on bleachers.
Totally, yeah, like stadium seating.
We
I'm
know
all
they,
about it.
they did
I'm all
that
about it.
when Donna Summer played with the symphony here. They had the tickets available, and they were quite a bit. And it was, it was supposed to be dressy, and you were going to the symphony, and they had all the seats. Well, they didn't sell out the symphony, and she likes to sell out. So then they lowered the price for like back seats, and they sold a lot of those. And they're like, well, how about a middle price? And you can sit with the people that paid all the money. So by the end, the concert was full, but like people had paid like $20.
Sure.
Yeah.
When I had paid all this money, so there's like, and I think I wore a suit. I
You
think
did
I actually wore a suit.
You did.
So I was
So
going to
did
the
I.
symphony, and I had paid all that money, and then there's somebody next to me in like shorts and a t-shirt. I'm like, motherfucker.
It is Phoenix
That's how
fancy.
I dress
hate
for
that
everything. Phoenix
because when
fancy.
I go to
That's true.
when I go to Gamage, I want to dress up. If I'm going to a show and I'm going out for the night, and you inevitably will have some dickhead in flip flops. Like it's
We
Phoenix
have reached
fancy.
the. Katie is on fire tonight. She said more swear words than anybody
I
else
think
on the
I
show.
have, Yeah,
I like it.
At
I like
23 minutes in, I got to
Yeah.
make up for last week.
Absolutely.
No, but that's true. But at the Donna Summer concert, because I was with you, and because you were like down, like you were touching her. You were so close to the
Yeah,
stage.
it was like second row.
And I was
that's exciting.
I was back up a few rows, which was fine with me. I didn't make any difference. But like the woman right in front of me, she was in like a tube top and flip flops. Swear to God, because I took a picture and
it's
I
not a
posted it.
70s summer concert,
No.
although it sounds like it. It's
Right.
not.
Yeah, but I'm
This is the
fucking
symphony.
different than sitting up with the folks that are paying the same amount. I'm saying like, have it. Have your dinner and be eating your goat's milk or whatever the fuck they're gonna put on there, and then give me a PB&J.
Yeah, but I like
I'm good with that.
I
I'm
like
good.
the HRC, and I think don't they have a store in San Francisco? Somebody help me out with this. Doesn't HRC have like a like a little novelty store to help raise money in San Francisco?
Washington,
I actually-
okay. Do they have
Washington D.C.?
Yeah, I don't know because there is one in San Francisco. It's really cool, but I don't think it goes to HRC. But I got one year there for Christmas, like ornaments but it goes to one of their local HIV organizations or something like that.
Yeah, but
I don't think it's an HRC, but yeah, I
that
mean,
San Francisco store was probably one of my funnest trips to San Francisco. And Ryan, that used to live here, Freeman, he and I went to San Francisco for Thanksgiving one year.
So
Is that his new name, Ryan, that used to live here, Freeman?
Well, I couldn't come up with his last name till halfway through the apology sentence, and imagine that, me not knowing someone's name. But we had the best.
Is it in your phone?
We went in that store and we were playing. They were playing like really fun music, and there was like a cute guy behind the counter that was real flirty, and we were shopping and we bought all kinds of
stuff you don't need.
That sounds like the Andrew Christian store in West Hollywood.
I know.
Yeah, but it was. But you. And I would give money to them too. I'm not but
I have. So there's that.
I'm certainly not gonna pay more than like you. I'll be in the back. I'll be in the PB&J section of the underwear. Totally. I'm not spending any money on panties. For the love of God, Hanes and Fruit of Loom do just fine. Thank you, man.
But it does feel good.
I
to
wait
wear
for good sales.
Everyone's good choice.
That's me. Yes. I do sales because I want to wear some nice panties.
But I wore tidy whities until like the late '90s. So.
I love it.
And I'm only slightly up the food chain from that now.
I love it. I love.
Why are you all looking at me?
I don't know. I'm thinking sexy underwear. I have no time in my
life wondering what you wore as underwear.
Yeah. You look at me, you think sexy underwear.
Right.
I think that is really what you should be thinking.
Yeah.
Marnie, let's dissolve this conversation into what you've been up to.
Just working. Seriously, it's just been a very, very long week of work.
It's only Tuesday.
No, from last week.
Oh, from last week. All right.
From last week. Did a dinner on Saturday, just like Oregano's. Was able to see Jason. Hadn't seen him for a long time.
Oh, Jason Covert.
Yeah, and
Covert Ops.
Yeah,
I like
Covert
his
Ops.
name.
Yep, and so that was very fun. But really nothing otherwise. Just relaxing. Yeah.
Wait, where did you go for dinner? I'm sorry. Did you say
Oregano's?
Yeah.
Did you drink the?
I haven't been there.
I
in
had
ages.
2 Bellinis.
Bellinis.
Yeah, I haven't had that much sugar.
2-drink limit.
And then Sunday I did the same thing. So
Those
I have
Bellinis
done
are
everything
so
to go
good.
against any good that I have done. Fuck it. And but Saturday I did. I sat down and I was so tired, so ridiculously tired, and it sounded right. So I'm like a Bellini.
Oh my God! Yeah,
they're enjoyable.
And yes, I'll have another. Thank you.
They're enjoyable.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Just one more, ma'am. That's
it. Thank you.
I can think
Don't give me more.
I can think back to a few Sway event meetings with Clayton that would start at Oregano's, and the intent was really, really there. I mean, we had like the best intentions that we were going to get some work done. And with Matt Little,
yes.
and like after one Bellini, shit was out the window. We weren't working at all. We were #working, sort of, and just like drink Bellinis all afternoon.
#drunk is really what that was. Yes,
after school, we would go there. That was like one of our. We would do Macayos, the Depot Cantina.
Oh, fun!
Then we started doing the Macayos downtown, or we would do Oregano's and. Any steam that we had built up through the week of school, we would just burn it off there in the most horrifying social ways. Laughter, tears, screaming,
and yummy.
And that's hard for me to drink there because they don't serve vodka. They only serve funky drinks that I won't drink. Because they do have margaritas.
Do you know what the worst bar is? Fat Tuesday.
I didn't realize that. Okay.
Fat Tuesday is the worst bar ever because they only have those horrible frozen things.
Right. Yeah.
Like, and kind of like that.
And like 2 of them, and you're like, all right, we need to move on.
Oh,
but I'm so drunk, I can't move.
Which reminds me, I have frozen things in the freezer I've got to bring over from last week that I've got to.
I know. I have a couple, and my window to move these things out of my house to here is closing as it gets warmer.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I have 2 frozen mixer things to bring in.
Oh, okay.
I think one's like a strawberry daiquiri, it just needs liquor, and the other one's the margarita.
Why is your window? I mean, how long does it take you to get here? 12 minutes?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it will get here as a soggy mess. Like,
the hotter it gets.
Right, because for some reason my backpack, this iPad heats up everything. I don't know why.
I think it's you generating the heat.
No, it's not. I am ice cold. I have the body temperature of the undead.
If it's something about alcohol, perhaps I can just stop by, pick it up, and bring it here.
Yeah, it's just
so that it won't melt.
Well, then it'll get here at 7:45.
You still
57.
have until 10.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, thank you.
But well, actually, throughout the week though, I should just pop by and grab it and drop it because I make trips in and out of here all the time.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah,
I can
because they're in my freezer and it's 2 fun mixers. I've got some fun stuff for blender drinks at home that I need.
We enjoy fun stuff in a freezer.
I could actually though. Imagine this. I could drive my car somewhere.
Weird.
And come here. Have you ever heard of such a thing? No.
How gauche.
Well, you only drive your car to and from that restaurant. You're good. That's all you do.
It's a year and 7 days old today.
Nice.
It doesn't have 5,000 miles on it.
And I think it's been washed 4 times.
No, that's a dirty, rotten lie. It's been washed like almost every month. I wash that car more than I drive it.
Oh, I thought I was the only one who ever washed your car.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Do you go outside and wash it yourself?
No.
Are you high?
Surely you just.
You're going to see if I've ever mowed a lawn. Well, I have mowed a lawn.
Yeah, well, there's that.
Not since my teenage years.
No,
Sure.
he is
Since
not.
you did it for allowance.
He is not going out to wash anything.
Okay. So you drive it to get it washed.
It would take an apocalypse-like event.
That's a good point.
to get you out washing your car. Washing cars is no fun.
I can't even imagine the circumstances that would be involved.
That was bad.
Speaking of things I know you never do, I noticed when I was at your house, was it yesterday I stopped by? Yeah, that all of your flower bed's been cleaned out. So clearly that human that you pay to come and do stuff.
My lawn human has run out of things to do because the grass isn't growing very well.
Yet.
I think it's respectful.
I think it is as well.
He can't call it Lawn Boy because it's a copyrighted name.
Everyone gets human at the end of their title.
Sure.
So he comes and he's very nice. And he's like, do you mind if I clean out that planter? I'm like, well, eventually you're going to have to. That's what I'm paying you for.
Right.
And I meant that in the nicest possible
Can
way.
you do
but
it now?
He was mildly offended. So he cleaned it out last week. And he's like, they might die. I'm like, these fuckers won't die. I'm in charge of them, and they're alive. So clearly. There's no killing them.
Could you unlock a gate?
Every tree in my yard is. Yes, no, he goes back there like every
does
third
he?
week. Yeah,
Every
the
third.
backyard is not bad.
Well, no, I understand that, but I mean, a couple
If you
times.
smoked, you would have seen it during the Oscars. It was really clean. He had cleaned it out for me.
I
Yeah.
don't. Yeah, I never.
I like
Take up
how
that
you
habit
call him
so
your
you can
lawn
see pretty
human.
things.
I didn't get out of my recliner
Right.
much for.
Oh, I
yes.
had a pool human in my other house. My first house, I had a pool human, the cleaning
God,
human,
I
the
wish
lawn
we did.
human.
We do a cleaner. We do like an inside cleaning person like twice a year, like every 6 months. And it is just glorious. The rest of the
I know.
time, I'm the stupid cleaning human.
The one time I made a couple, like, what was it, 2 years ago? I used Mark Martinez as a maid and just wanted, like, the house just needed to be freshened a little bit. Okay, she came in and I went for a 4-hour bike ride. It wasn't long enough. She's like, I need more time. And she had an assistant, like her husband / son / cousin. I don't know who he was, but he's cute.
Yeah.
So I went away for a couple more hours. I came back, and I'm not joking with you. I stood in my guest room and cried because I'm like, oh my God, I just won a prize on a game show. I didn't know my house was this nice.
I just want to cry.
And Rob was so funny. He's like, why are you crying? I'm like, because it looks so nice in here.
It's gorgeous.
How about you, sir?
Well, and you can probably tell from my voice, because I never ever get sick, but apparently somebody needed to stay at my house. Michael, you know Michael.
Sure.
Very ill. He couldn't, like, for 2 days, no voice, couldn't talk. So he actually crashed on my couch. And it's one of those things where he builds the nest on my couch where there's the humidifier and his phone, his laptop, and he's bundled up. And no matter how fucking hot it was in the house, he was freezing.
Oh, no.
Yeah, all that shit. So
Is he feeling better?
he's bounced back. He's fine. So I'm on the very tail end of what I caught, which has really just been cold and sinus stuff.
Yeah.
But other than that,
But if he's got a temperature, he probably had the flu.
may have, I don't know.
That's the little flu kicker.
Well, but the kicker is with him, which I didn't realize, when he was younger, he never had his tonsils out. Everything that he's been having issues with somehow is revolving around that. But the doctors are like, they don't need to come out yet. And I'm like, that seems to be your only fucking problem.
Tonsils.
I understand that. I'm like, they need to come out.
No.
Why?
They don't. There's no reason to take
I
them.
want my.
That school of thought is over.
No.
If you don't have a sore throat.
No, that's what they keep getting infected. They need to go.
Yeah.
No,
I had
what I'm
chronic
saying is
strep throat. I wish
that
mine
seems
would
to be the common
come out.
thread through all of his issues is those goddamn
Yeah.
tonsils.
I
But-
had chronic strep throat as a child, and my mom didn't believe in it. She was like, "Absolutely not. They stay." So me and my sisters both have them. Like,
I have mine.
apparently
they
we-
have some. There's some. There was,
I don't have
and I don't
mine.
know if it transferred past the 70s, but there was this old wives' tale that
Where
they have
everyone
some-
would get them removed, right?
Well, yes, but then the backlash to it was that it had something to do with immunity, and they were better for you. I don't know.
I don't know
Erin just
anything
got
about
hers
that.
out a year ago.
Oh, and isn't it
year and a half
brutal as
ago?
an
I heard that it was
Well,
as you're older, it is more difficult.
And she's truly a pain in the ass. She wouldn't take, and I love her, but she wouldn't take any kind of pain stuff.
Oh, I'd be sign me up.
No, but I mean, like, and she would take pain medication. But, like, as far as, like, a throat lot, just anything to kind of try to soothe it or do this and that, no, there was none of that. And so I told her she was a pain in the ass. And they're called analgesics, so she was a pain in the ass.
That's very
Thank you.
funny.
I like that. But she had to, it was awful. She would get, and because of the kids, I mean, surrounded by the kids, she would get strep throat, I think she said, like 2 or 3 times a year.
Oh, if I was surrounded by the kids, I'd have to be the boy in the plastic bubble.
Yeah.
I could not do
Right.
it.
And now, knock on wood, things have been great. But I went with her to the doctor, and he said, do you want to? He was all excited, which is creepy.
Yeah.
Do you want to see it?
No.
And which is odd for me because I was like, okay. He was that excited. Normally, I'd be like, no.
Oh, I always want to see it.
Oh my God, I went over there. And it was one of the most fascinating things I've ever seen. I don't know how she was I'm not sure alive. I mean, talking, it was just it looked so painful, and then she got that out and has been good.
And I only know I only know the Ruthie version of it. So me and my sisters have them and absolutely don't touch them. But I don't know if that's really true. I know nothing about tonsillitis or anything. Nothing.
Yeah. So sorry about that, Clayton.
All made up.
It's quite all right. Now that was our medical moment. Thank you very much.
With no knowledge.
Dr. Ryer, paging Dr. Ryer.
I tell you, knowledge is used very sparingly on this show anyway. And Al working at that restaurant, he's no good.
No, not at all.
It is 7:35. It's the show on Q Talk America. My name's Clayton. I'm here along with Katie, Al, and Marnie. If you're not getting video, reboot, chill out. It's a goddamn bandwidth issue. We're broadcasting perfectly right out of the Q Talk Plaza. We'll be back in just moments right here on what is it called? Q Talk America.
And now, we dance.
From your friends at Q Talk America. If you're looking for an online retailer that's got one of the world's largest online and mail order selections offering the very best in gay entertainment, then your friends at Q Talk America would like to recommend TLAgay.com. From gay-themed movies and adult entertainment on DVD, as well as video on demand, they also have other literature, ebooks, and all of those other things that you don't want your mom to find. TLAgay.com provides services to hundreds of thousands of customers worldwide. And now through the end of March, there's a special discount offer for all of our Q Talk America listeners. Do your shopping at TLAgay.com/QTalk. Make your selections from all of the products and services they have to offer. And when you're ready to check out, use the coupon code QTalk. You'll receive an additional 10% off your order, and that's in addition to any other discounts they're already offering. It's a great deal from your friends at Q Talk America and TLAgay.com. Once again, check them out at TLAgay.com. Now a look at headlines on Q Talk America on this Tuesday night. When you gotta go, you gotta go. But sometimes it'll cost you. Batman turns over a wanted man to authorities. A man gets his high school diploma 88 years later. A woman sues Walmart over a candy bar. And officer, I just don't understand why you pulled me over. These scintillating stories and much more coming up right now on Headlines on Q Talk America. Oh, for the love, for the love, for the love. Well, we go to the lovely, charming state of New York. Where's Nunda, New York? Do you know, Al? Nunda, N-U-N-D-A. Nunda?
I am not familiar.
You're not?
But I'll Google it in a second. Okay. Because I finally found out where the last town you asked me about was.
Oh, okay. There's that. I don't know. Where was it?
Somewhere.
What was it? What was it? Right.
Oh.
I think it was the lady with the stripper.
Oh, with the child, with the 16-year-old?
I was off slightly. It was a little bit south and east of Rochester.
Got it. Well,
everybody covered that story after us, too, by the way.
Everybody. I noticed that.
Cutting edge of news here.
Cutting edge. All over I thought the same thing. It was all over every news station.
Our election coverage was on, and we're just rolling through.
Even David Pakman was 2 days later than we were on that story.
I kept seeing it nationally at other places.
Good one.
Well, I scour the internet there, Katie.
Absolutely.
State police say a 56-year-old Western New York woman was nearly 3 times over the legal limit for drunk driving when troopers spotted her traveling down the freeway with one front tire. Authorities say troopers stopped Roxanne Tallman's vehicle Saturday as she was driving without the front passenger side tire in her rural hometown of Nunda, which is apparently Livingston County, 45 miles south of Rochester.
Oh, well, now, there we go.
Now we know.
Take that off your list.
I was just about to look, too.
Troopers say Tallman had an open bottle of vodka in the vehicle and oddly failed a sobriety test. Police say that she had a blood alcohol level of 0.21, which is well over.
But still below Diana Ross.
Well, yes.
All things are compared to Diana Ross.
For you, of course they are.
Yeah.
Let me see, wait a minute. I don't think that's bad.
She was charged with aggravated driving while intoxicated, felony DWI, and an unsafe tire. How did they say? They didn't even have the tire.
Unsafe.
Unsafe tire. She is held in the county jail on a $5,000 bail, and it could not be determined if she had a lawyer.
Wow, outside of Florida that happens too.
That's right, exactly.
Not often. No.
Now, this story should just be chalked up to you're fucking stupid. Huntsville, Alabama.
And the others, how are they?
This must be the worst of the worst.
Comparatively speaking.
We grade them on a curve.
As the needle lays down and takes a nap.
And that woman can't go around the curve because of the tires. So,
she's really straightforward or she's to the left.
Right, there's that. Oh, what happened
leaning.
Here? There's that. Oh, I picked the wrong person. Where the hell is Alice? Oh, sometimes these things do.
Do you have any idea? I mean, I don't.
I have no idea.
So I can't judge.
Let's go back this.
We can judge, but we have no idea.
Jesus, we should start. I gotta go get that stuff out of the freezer. A Huntsville, Alabama woman says in a new lawsuit that she became ill after eating a moldy Mr. Goodbar candy bar that she claims was 9 months beyond its expiration date. Stop right here. If you knew it was moldy,
Yes.
why the fuck would you eat it?
Follow-up question. Did anyone know there were expiration dates on candy bars?
Stand by. Let's hear the rest of this story.
Okay.
Oh,
Sources
Sources
report that Teresa Brown is suing Walmart and the Hershey Chocolate Company.
Okay.
She says that while she was working at a local Walmart store on South Memorial Parkway in Huntsville, February 28th, 2011, she ate a candy bar while on a break from her duties.
I was so hoping we weren't going to go there, but I wanted to.
There we go.
Yeah.
The lawsuit states that Brown did not know the candy bar had an expiration or sell-by date of May 10th, 2010. The lawsuit was filed this week in Madison County Circuit Court. Messages sent to Walmart and the Hershey Company seeking comments were not immediately returned.
Or met with laughter.
Yeah. Like, really?
Because again, you got a tummy ache. So really, you're going to sue us for that. And admittedly, it sounds like it was moldy.
Yeah.
Right, but again, if you...
Because you don't like chew on it for a while and then go, I have a tummy. It's moldy.
If you don't like a candy bar and see that it's moldy, don't eat it.
If it's green, not brown.
No.
Not St. Patrick's Day.
It just makes no sense.
I always say sniff it before you put it in your mouth.
I don't want to
talk about
what your...
Goes along with you,
works
too.
in Cape Cod. It works anywhere.
On so many fronts.
I'm not going to disagree. I'm not going to... But still.
On so many fronts.
If there's a yeasty smell,
that's
maybe
horrible.
go from the other direction.
Oh my goodness. It's a good rule to live by. Rules by Al.
Trying to keep that straight face is just not going to happen for me right now.
Well, let's go up the coastline a little bit to Beverly, Massachusetts. This is a heartwarming story. Yes. A 106-year-old U.S. man who had to drop out of high school to support his mother and 5 siblings has finally earned his diploma. Fred Butler was awarded an honorary diploma Monday.
Oh, honorary. He didn't even do it. Go ahead.
Can I finish my story?
So
I don't interrupt your stories about movies.
Sorry.
God damn it.
I realized as it came out of my mouth.
Fred Butler was awarded an honorary diploma Monday during an emotional ceremony in Massachusetts. Butler thanked everybody who was responsible for this moment. He was married for 65 years, raised 5 children, served in the U.S. Army during World War II, and worked for his city's water department. But daughter-in-law Kathy Butler says that he always regretted dropping out and always has emphasized the importance of education to his children and grandchildren, thereby making this moment much more meaningful to him. 106,
that's a great story.
106 years old. God damn.
Well done.
You just deserve lots of things when you're 106. You deserve just about anything you want.
Well, no, there was someone else who was 104. You'd think would deserve to be able to have her birthday on Facebook, but wasn't able to. Did you guys hear about that?
No.
What? Yeah, Facebook has a thing. I mean, just going with age, so I apologize. Facebook has a thing where you can't, if you're born in blah, blah, blah year, whatever that year is, you can't put it on Facebook. Like it goes back to...
So in 1908.
Right. You can't...
Well, I think because so many people that were really like 15 or 16 were making themselves like 98 years old or 100 years old.
No, that was happening.
It was that thing so that you wouldn't get blocked out of certain sites.
Okay.
Right.
You would put a fake age up, and I think they're running into people are trying to get on Facebook that are that age. That they used to think was fake.
Right.
Sure.
Probably
yeah, but how cute. She's like, I just kind of wanted my birthday on there. You know, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And she wasn't
I think she would have had to just put the date on.
I love her.
I know,
and a 104-year-old lady.
Well, make her
who's pissed about Facebook not being able to log in.
Well, when I found my niece on Facebook, I thought she was too young to be on there, and then I saw her age was like she had herself as like 97 or 98 years old. But you know, my dad, one of the smartest people I've ever met, and one of the most well-read people I've ever encountered, if that's the right way to say that, and that I don't sound ill-read. he only had an 8th grade education, and I have not met anyone since who's read more books than he did. He was a constant reader, but he had an 8th grade education.
My grandfather was similar.
But from that, and I think they were that same age.
Right.
From that same era, you just went to work.
Right. Well, they actually had to. They not only had to work. They had to work to get whatever knowledge they had. So they really paid attention to stuff.
Yeah.
Because my grandfather loved knowledge about everything in the world. But again, I don't even know that he ever graduated high school, to be honest, because I know that he was the oldest of all of his brothers and sisters.
My dad never even went to high school. He dropped out at junior high.
It's such a different era.
But knew more about the
Very
stock
much.
market than most people I'd ever... I still don't know anybody that knew as much about the stock market as he did.
My grandfather became a really successful businessman after the Air Force, the Army Air Corps, and he dropped out of school to go to join the Army.
A lot of people. My grandfather tried to.
Such a smart guy. Just kind of knew a little bit about everything.
Yeah.
You know?
My father stole his brother's ID, or borrowed, I don't think anybody objected, to join the Navy for World War II.
Yeah. Sure.
My uncle's birthday is, somebody helped me with a date, is August 4th. He would have been 18 August 4th, 1945. And my father joined the Navy the next day, the day the war ended.
Oh, no.
So he joined the Navy, and he always said he was on the USS Never Sail because he never left port. He went nowhere. He went to Saratoga.
He was ready to
went to the
fight for the country.
The toilet in Florida where they don't have a lawyer is not determined yet.
Right.
And he never went anywhere in the Navy because he joined the day that it ended, and he lied to get there. He was so pissed off.
That's so funny,
but in a funny way.
That's
Again,
great. Yeah.
the story you're telling isn't really funny.
Yeah.
But why are we all laughing?
Oh, let's go across the great big pond over to Bradford, England.
The other side of the canal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. It's good to know there are so many good Samaritans out there fighting to make the world safer. Police in the city of Bradford, England say that they have a wanted man in custody thanks to the vigilante dressed in a Batman costume.
Oh, I saw this picture.
Who turned the suspect over to officers earlier. Was it last week? I think it is. Closed-circuit television footage shows a portly figured man.
It was not flattering.
Wearing an ill-fitting Batman costume.
I've got to Google this.
No, you do.
That's all I focused on.
Me too.
Portly.
The costume included gloves, cape, and a mask, bringing a 27-year-old man to a police station in Bradford in northern England. The suspect was arrested and charged with handling of stolen goods, fraud-related offenses, or said the police force. But the costume crime fighter disappeared into the night without leaving as much as his name.
I'm thinking into a Dunkin' Donuts.
Could be. A spokesman for the West Yorkshire Police said that the person who brought the wanted man into the station was dressed in a full Batman outfit. However, his identity remains unknown. The suspect was handed over in the early hours of February 25th, said police, who released photos of the footage just on Monday. So, yes, if you Google Batman turns in a criminal or something.
I actually Googled portly figured man wearing an ill-fitting Batman costume.
I can't imagine.
Why is that picture of me?
Thousands of them.
Right. When you look at images, there's a lot of them.
Is that a picture of me on your laptop?
But it is really funny. It's really weirdly baggy, kind of.
It's clearly.
He has bat tits, which I didn't think was on the utility belt. But they are.
And actually, in this photo,
holy bat tits, Batman.
Tits, not to be just totally crude, but in this photo, bat balls also.
And a bat.
Or a bat and balls.
Well,
Okay, the delay's not that bad because Tyler just saw bat
tits, right? Okay, so finally in our informative headline segment, when you gotta go, you gotta go. That was the lesson that one woman learned in a major way after making a bathroom pit stop at a local restaurant in Erin, Tennessee. The bizarre tale began when Patricia Barnes stopped into a restaurant called the Flood Zone, oddly named, to use the restroom, which she did, before leaving without making a single purchase. Then, a few days later, after her powder room visit, Barnes received a handwritten note mailed to her home saying that she owed the restaurant $5. She goes, quote, "I feel like I've been violated," she told WSM-TV in Nashville, whose reporters broke the story last week after a several-month investigation. This happened back in October. In addition, she said to the Today Show on last Thursday, "I didn't feel that it was a crime. I've been to plenty of other restaurants in this town and used the restroom, and even in other states." Turns out the local sheriff was in cahoots with this, helping track down the woman after they wrote down her license plate after she stepped into the restaurant and ignored a sign that said for customer use only. She looked at the menu, said that she needed to excuse herself to wash her hands, was in there 20 minutes, and then slipped out and left the parking lot.
Oh, she did something unpleasant then.
Yeah.
According to the flood zone owner, Lisa, who wouldn't give her last name, quote, she was one of those I'm going to do it my way or no way kind of people. But there's some unruly people down there in Tennessee. She said that she came into the restaurant, she looked up at the wall menu and said that she was going to order something, but I'll be right back after I wash my hands. And then she unexpectedly just left the restaurant. We see 12 to 15 people a day try to use this restroom, and we just won't tolerate these messes any longer.
Yeah, mess. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, and the guy across the way says also there were 2 restaurants that were in the same vicinity. Apparently, they lock up like you go to other places where you have to get a key.
Right.
Yada yada. Apparently, what the issue was, they're on some highway, and apparently people stop in and either break or trash or do God knows what in them. So they actually sent her, and I was thinking about this. You got a sheriff involved and wasted their time to look up a license plate number so they could send.
Well, that tells you the level of the problem, though.
Well,
I've like on that drive to Durango.
Yeah.
There was there's long stretches where there is in the American Southwest there is nothing.
Right, there's nothing.
So you finally get somewhere, and I said to the girls that I was traveling with, like, you go buy them, like, go buy whatever it is, like, buy a milkshake, buy a French fry. Like, I'm always happy to contribute.
Right.
I do the same thing. I feel uncomfortable sometimes walking into the bathroom at McDonald's. I'm like, kind of feel like we should buy something.
And I do. And if I have to stop, I will always make the small purchase and do play by the rules. Like
we do the same thing.
I got this. I keep a little cash on road trips just for that.
Totally.
Because there'll be a pay toilet. Like on that drive to San Diego, there's the questionable shower that we've already talked about at the former Mobil station.
Right. According to the proprietor of the flood zone, the issue is really not about the $5. It's the point of the fact that we are not here for public restrooms. We don't have a cleanup crew that comes in to take care of these things. We have to do it, and we have a limited staff.
Especially if you know you're going to clog the toilet. Give us a courtesy flush, for the love of God.
And the thing, though, that I thought was bizarre about the story is that they got the sheriff involved. So ultimately, whatever the cost was, okay, I get it. Whatever the cost was for your tissue, you ultimately, on the restaurant's bad, they ultimately charged the taxpayers. I know that's so stupid to say, but ultimately you're getting the sheriff involved. So like, think about the sheriff using
what I'm thinking is you're in Needles, Arizona or California. Where is Needles?
It's on the border.
It's on the border. Whatever town it's in. You're in Needles.
Meth USA.
Meth USA. You've got 2 restaurants in the whole town. That sheriff really doesn't have that. That is a big...
Right. It's Mayberry.
That's actually true.
He probably was thinking, "Whoo, no meth lab today. I get to follow up the
It's a big job.
Right.
But if they made a big deal of it, then she messed up the bathroom. Like, she went in there.
Right. Well, 20 minutes that's like a while.
That means a courtesy flush was not taken,
minutes.
and you stopped it up, and they had to clean it up. There was a mess. And this wasn't like a...
They also said on the story that she was getting all kinds of threatening and different phone calls and yada yada yada. However, what I think it does bring to light, though, using her as the punching bag, if you will, it makes it a point that you need to, like you said, you need to go in and you need to patronize the place. Buy beef jerky, buy something.
Yeah. Right. If it's a pack of gum, you're a customer. You're in.
Right.
I have no idea how much a pack of gum might cost, but
$4.
Is it really?
I'm kidding. I don't know.
But I think it's the point. They're like, look, if you're going to come in, and I don't feel as bad if it's a gas station and I'm buying gas and I'm comfortable. But if it's like a McDonald's or somewhere that I'm really just stopping.
In New York, it's always a Starbucks, like, because you're walking around in New York. The place that you have to go to the bathroom is blocks and blocks away. So, and this is kind of personal, but I like Starbucks. I am always down for a cup of coffee. Like, it doesn't matter day, night.
Yeah, oh, me too.
Drinking, not drinking. I don't care what the occasion is. I can buy a cup of coffee, and I will find a use for it somehow.
Yeah.
Some orifice, I can get you.
Right.
I'll get you there. I'm good. So that's why I always find them. And I was at one where they were like, "Oh, our bathroom's not working, but there's a Starbucks, and then we have a camera, so this works."
Right.
There's a camera literally there's a camera. There's a Starbucks right there.
Right.
Across the street. So I'm like, okay, can I buy the coffee here? Will you call them and tell them that I bought my coffee before you tell me that?
Right.
Do you know what I did at a Circle K out in the East Valley? And this was, I was an outside salesperson.
We've changed the names to protect the innocent.
I know. I was an outside salesperson. And so I drove around for a living. I drove around the valley. I would leave. I'd go to my office and then I'd leave for the whole day. And I'd be gone, like, sales calls and whatever. And
you were just driving around.
I was out in big ways.
I'm sure.
I was out of way in the East Valley and whatever. I stop at this Circle K because I have to go to the bathroom so bad. And and this is a while ago, and I'm like I think I don't look like a homeless lady walking in.
Let's just do the Arrested Development. I was shoplifting and I'm white. What's really going to happen to me?
Right, exactly. And
Except for when you lived across from Georgian Dragon.
And right. When they sort of am homeless. And so I walk in and they won't let me use the restroom. And they say it's our policy. And I'm like almost in tears. I have to pee so bad. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I get that it's your policy. Like I was doing everything I could. Like I tried to be nice. I tried to be threatening. I tried to tell them I was going to pee out front of their doorstep. Like I didn't know. I'd go so bad. And I don't remember what I ended up doing, but I really was threatening them that I was going to pee right outside of their door. Like I was going to pull my pants down and just do it on the sidewalk.
You are always classy, Katie. I don't care what anybody says.
She's practically a Kennedy.
Little
Hashtag Kennedys.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Bouvier.
Right.
Oh, Bouvier, right.
Wrong side of the family.
But I don't remember what the outcome was, but I just was so pissed because I was like getting gas. Like I would have bought anything they wanted.
Oh, wait. You were getting gas and they
my God, yes. They said no public restrooms.
Yeah,
and
they had an employee only.
It was like
bathroom.
I wanted to just murder somebody.
That's evil.
There is one on the way to Durango we always stop at, and it's this very bizarre. They have little tape arrows on the floor that lead you back through like the paper towels, and it's very weird.
And it looks like you're going to be serial killed.
Yeah,
yes,
and it's a tiny little bathroom, but it's clean, and it's a little. It's old, but it's clean, and it's a little closed door.
Tyler just asked, Katie, didn't you have a funnel?
Yeah. Seriously, lead car.
I would have wished.
Lead car in the Durango trip.
Yeah,
they wouldn't stop because we were texting back and forth, like because I always have to pee, so I'm like I gotta pee.
Because you drink so much goddamn coffee.
It's in Cortez is where this little
yes. So I said, so the lead car was like, we're not stopping there. It's scary. And I'm like, fuck you. I'm a grown up. So see you in Durango.
See you in Durango.
And seriously, like, is Kara's like doing the co-pilot texting.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, Kelly says we're not allowed to stop here. I'm like, I don't need permission. I'm just telling them I'm stopping. But I love that. Like,
this isn't an ask, but it is. May I please? No, this is I'm doing this.
I'm an adult.
Right.
See you there.
You're going to lock the doors. I'm a fat white guy. No one's going to get raped in this story. I think we're okay.
Not legitimately.
No, God,
but
no.
I love that line in Portia de Rossi in Arrested Development.
God, I haven't seen it in so long.
When everyone thinks she has a job, but she's just shoplifting. And finally she has to confess to it because she says she gets an employee discount, but she's just shoplifting. Michael, I'm white and I'm shoplifting. What's going to happen to me?
I can't wait for the movie.
I cannot wait. No, not a movie. 13 episodes of the new series.
I thought, but okay.
And then possibly a movie, or they'll just keep going.
I forgot that there was going to be new episodes. I just was thinking about the movie.
Should we just kill it till at the top of the hour? What do you doing?
That's what we're already doing.
You're fingering something over there. Let me do an advertisement.
Well, go ahead. You've got.
All right, because someone asked. This is from the Central Coast. It is from.
You mean California?
Yeah, the Central Coast of California.
What's that?
It is from Paso Robles, which they pronounce differently because I don't know how to make that white anymore because I haven't been there in a while. It's a Petit Verdot from Justin Vineyards. This is the most beautiful little vineyard in Paso Robles. It is so beautiful, way out off the beaten path.
Where is Paso Robles?
In the Central Coast. It's above Santa Barbara.
There it is. It's the end of hour one. It's coming up on 8 o'clock. It's the show on Q Talk America. I'm here with Marnie, Katie, and Al. We are going to start hour two, and then we will kick off Al's entertainment segment. The drinking game is coming up, and so much more. Won't you stay with us, please, right here on Q Talk America.
You've been listening to the show on Q Talk America. This is Q Talk America.
The following broadcast contains adult humor, language, and topics, along with partial nudity. Actual knowledge is used sparingly. The show is a result of a lost bet and a bad game of rock, paper, scissors. It's the show with Clayton McKee. And now, a man with a face for radio, Clayton McKee.
More buttons. Son of a bitch. I have to fix this. There we go. We got it? We got it? Oh, we got it. Good evening. It's hour 2, the beginning of hour 2. It's the show on Q Talk America. My name's Clayton McKee, along with Katie, June, Marnie Ryer, and Al Perkins. Woo. If you made it through the first hour, well, congratulations. You know more about us than you ever wanted to know.
Literally.
Seriously.
The people throw up and do things in bathrooms and something about pancakes and... However, we do know Marnie never passed out in the gay Denny's in Central Phoenix. We know that.
I did not.
Did not.
No.
Let's make that clear.
Not.
Katie allegedly had a sales job where she drove around and assaulted people in Circle K's in the West Valley.
East Valley. They're dicks over there.
Oh, East Valley.
Yeah, they're jerks
That
over
makes the story totally different in my head.
Suburbia.
Oh, as we always do. Well, we're running a little late in regards to our... What do you got?
Well, I have a protein shake that I'm going to shake up. So I just wanted everyone to know I'm just
It's
shaking up
a protein shake. It's not a...
Nope, nothing else.
Got
Just
it. All right.
Nothing else.
Okay.
Just
It looks...
protein.
It may look offensive, but if you shake it like
if I
that...
do it like this, I've been working on it. No, it's more this.
Because you did that last week, Al. You were doing this.
I, honest to God, that first show, I'm like this.
Looks like Al's giving handy
Like,
J's.
that's all that you... And I was like, oh my God. I showed my mom and saw it, and I wanted to die.
It wasn't becoming.
No, and it wasn't coming. And so last week, Molly and I were going back and forth about the protein shake, you know.
All right.
Shaking.
She's shaking. She's got it. Coming up this hour, as we always do, we start our drinking game in hour 2. But since we ran a little bit long in hour 1, we are going to start Al's entertainment segment right now.
Oh, we have headlines. Saddest news of all, Dexter may be coming to an end.
Where's your goddamn movie segment open? Here it is. Do this. There. Jesus, I knew something was wrong.
All right. Saddest news of all, Dexter may be coming to an end. Jay Leno may be out again in 2014. Ooh. Tina Fey says she will absolutely not host the next Oscars.
Oh.
I don't think anybody really asked her. I'm going to give reviews of 2 movies that everyone's already seen and a wonderful, wonderful performer from all over the country died today.
Yes. That and more coming up. Alrighty, Alfred.
Well, we'll start with Jay Leno is possibly getting the boot again, and I think this time they're going to do it for real. Oh my God, cannot happen fast enough.
I
don't even watch him. So what's the? Maybe that's why he's getting it. But why is the clapping?
Go ahead, tell your story.
Everything that I hate about Steven Spielberg, Jay Leno is the epitome of.
Because I know how much you hate Steven Spielberg. I got on board with that.
He just hands everyone jokes like. Oh, we gotta laugh. Like you can just tell. Like, tell me a funny story, and he feeds them all their jokes, and he just blows sunshine up people's asses that aren't funny, and you can tell it's all spoon fed. Like, so did you do anything fun this week? Sure. And you know it's all prepared.
I saw him last night with Seth MacFarlane.
I have not been able to stomach anything with him.
I just saw Seth MacFarlane, and I thought, oh, I want to hear what this was, and it was pre the Oscars.
Call me first. You got to call me first. He literally makes me sick to my stomach. I actually want to kill him.
There you go.
That is strong.
Because he's just not funny, and you can just feel
annoying.
Every joke coming from 5 miles away.
Well, it is uncomfortable. When I have watched,
it makes me want to root for bullies. You know what I mean?
It is a little uncomfortable when when I've watched him, and I get what you're saying, because it's like it just seems it does seem very pre-scripted.
Yeah.
It's not like a fun
it's
comedy.
Just a hand job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I get it.
Jon Stewart,
he's a star fucker.
Is funny,
it's taken me this
fun.
long to think of the phrase I wanted. My friend Gina would be so proud of me. He is the ultimate star fucker.
Yeah.
And it's just grotesque.
Look at Tyler.
Kill Shocker.
Tyler, I can't do this from this screen.
Can I interrupt you for
Jay
just
Leno
a minute?
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, stand by just 1 second, Al.
That's a beautiful color for a cocktail.
I gotta tell you though, that is a good ass blender.
Yeah.
Really.
Is that something chocolatey? Because I could add it to my protein shake.
Yeah, sure.
Why not?
I don't know what you said.
Just go.
What'd you say?
I said, is it something chocolatey? I can just add it to my protein shake.
No, what I did was I don't know if anybody else is drinking that but me. So what I did is I just poured the rest of my Crown and Diet in it because I didn't think it had enough Crown in it. So I needed some liquid because it was all icy.
Oh, there you go. So
Yeah.
it's an icy Crown and Diet. That's like chocolate.
But
The last time we saw a sample that color, we shot the horse.
No, that was don't you know?
That was my dad's favorite joke.
Thank you. I'll be here all week. No, those were the thing your mom made. What do you call those?
No,
the whiskey sours.
I want that for sure.
Oh,
with a little Diet Coke kicker. I'm in.
Did you put the egg in it?
Go ahead. What?
Did you put the egg in it?
Yes, last week.
Yeah,
but they've been in the freezer.
It's been in the refrigerator. It's never reached room temperature. Right. Okay, so now with this Jay Leno thing, Jimmy Fallon is set to be replaced. It's pretty much rumored to be true. Like everybody's on board with. Like everybody seems to be on board. It's a bubbling up rumor
that Jimmy Fallon
will take over.
Right.
Doesn't Jimmy Fallon have his own show?
Yes.
The hour after. So they're going to try the same thing they did with Conan.
Right.
The problem is, and what the impetus is to this story, is that Jimmy Kimmel moved to 11:30 on ABC, and NBC, which has been it's the only place they're number one, is now losing that demographic. Mm-hmm. They don't care. Nobody cares about ratings. You want that demographic, which I only have 3 more years in. So the demographic is what's important, and they think that Jimmy Fallon can compete with Jimmy Kimmel. And it probably is going to mean the end soon of. I was ignoring that light, anyways.
Well, I had nothing to do with you. I'm sorry.
That it's probably going to mean the eventual end of David Letterman as well. But David Letterman is still fucking funny.
He's funnier.
Still hitting it out of the park, and he's at that Stephen Colbert level of funny.
Yeah.
That
right.
And I don't know if you
because he doesn't have to care anymore. He's just like
right.
This is
But
yeah,
I don't know if you already mentioned this because I heard this today as I was listening to various news sources. Leno is always number one in old people.
Right.
But
it's the CBS problem. They call it the CBS problem. CBS is
no, wait.
one.
I said that wrong. I said that wrong. Leno is number one in older.
No, you said that.
Right.
But Letterman's number one in younger.
Right.
He's fine.
Right, and you just misunderstood the CBS problem. CBS primetime, they have like the top 9 shows.
Because they always say, their
they're
commercials
all
say,
old.
we're number one.
Right, but then when you go to the 18 to 40, whatever it is, 3 years from now demographics,
right.
they always finish in the bottom because they have no shows that until Big Bang Theory, they had nothing. Even 3 old men and a half a person.
2.5 men.
Yeah, that
2.5 men.
Whatever that's called. That show doesn't skew young either.
Yeah.
And they just don't go young. Like 60 Minutes has been in the top 20 for the last 150 years.
And I still watch
the people that watch it are
150
years old.
Wow, fuck you. Jesus.
No, but it really does. It's one of those shows that's been highly rated forever, but no one cares because it's in the wrong demographic.
Right.
So see, so NBC now has that late night CBS problem. So here's the exciting part of the story that others who read entertainment news may not have heard yet. Tina Fey has this 4-year contract with NBC that nobody knows what she's going to do with.
Oh,
she has
a kind of like
first look. They call it a first look contract.
Carol Burnett had that, I think. Didn't she?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's why they had to honor.
At the end, and she was like,
I'll do the Carol Burnett show, and they couldn't fuck with her, and that's how. That is how Carol Burnett got the Carol Burnett show.
Good call, Martin. How'd you know that?
Yeah.
Well, I watched some TV.
Watched some TV. So Tina Fey has the same thing. So they're saying Tina Fey may take that late night position because she's based in New York. It's an easy gig. They take from 5 to 6:30, right near her home. She has a great rapport with guests. She could still produce and be in movies.
What do you think? Would that be good?
I think it's a win. I don't see how NBC could lose. You get rid of Jay fucking Leno, and you get Jimmy Fallon and Tina Fey back to back for 2 hours.
God. And they worked together for a long time.
Right.
And they're genuinely funny. I mean, Jimmy Fallon's to me, Jimmy Fallon's not as funny as he is having the time of his life. Yeah. Like when you watch Jimmy Fallon,
and he's smart. I mean, he's really smart with the ideas he comes up with, and the people that he can get in to just play with him.
Yeah, and like the band is having a good time when they with dirty. What do they call her? Filthy lying bitch or
something
whatever.
Like that. Yeah.
When Palin came on,
like they all have this great.
Oh, and he has Quest doing his band, doesn't he?
Roots. I thought it was Roots.
But the lead singer of Roots is Quest.
Okay.
Right, okay.
I mean, he's just. That's the thing about watching him is you just enjoy how much fun he's having. I feel like I'm in someone's basement watching them have a good time.
Sure.
Like,
right.
So I love that.
I am so not awake at that hour. That is depressing.
No, you just tape it.
You DVR it
on fucking demand. Like have we already?
I tape Letterman
I have
every
not
night.
watched a show when it's actually on.
I
in
need
about
to.
6
You're
years.
right. You're right.
True.
Yeah.
I have to give you my reviews of 2 movies. One that half the chat room has already seen, and I'm sorry, but I finally got around to it after many tries. Perks of Being a Wallflower. If you have not, and it is
I've not. Shockingly, I've not.
It's phenomenal. I will describe it as lightly melancholy, and I'm guessing that the book that it's based on was heavily depressing. I can tell
to spruce it up
because like everything has a fanboy page, so I immediately had to go to the fanboy page and
fanboy page.
Well, that's what they, I know. I mean, because they're terrorists. They really are. They just say the most awful things. So I got the impression that the book was way more depressing. But it turns out, and they don't make it clear that the movie is set in 91, 92, the school year of 91, 92. Because I thought it was current day. I saw no reason to think this was a movie set in a different time period. I thought it was set last year.
Well, but last year as opposed to 91, 92, is that like...
No, but I know nothing about cars, so there was no clues. Right, to me there was no clues.
Flannel, but...
Yeah.
I can attest he knows nothing about cars.
The only thing was some of the references I thought really in 2004... Or what year is it now? 2013?
12.
Jesus
13,
Christ.
13.
Yes.
Like in 2013, there's still a theater somewhere dedicated to the Rocky Horror Picture Show where people dress up, and that could be happening. I don't know.
It still is.
In Tempe, isn't there?
It's here.
But it had, I mean, had the Rocky Horror Picture Show, it had...
It's not pretty.
Rocky.
No. It's not pretty. Because they're in the... It's not pretty, but but it happens.
But there was the University Theater on University Avenue in Tempe that played it back in the mid to late 80s. I pretended I saw it 150 times. That's how I got out of the house every night, every Friday, Saturday, when really I was going to a bar, so I memorized the movie and album in case my mom ever asked me a question.
I love it.
She never did. But when there was a show on TV, like something on the news about... This person's seen Rocky Horror 500 times. My mom would be like, well, aren't you close? And I was like, oh, yeah, I don't know.
I'll never beat that one.
I'll never get that. I've seen it like 4 times.
But I keep trying.
I keep trying, but I know every word to every song. So anyways, I mean, this movie, it's lovely, lovely, lovely. And there's a Smiths album from the 80s that I absolutely detest. Oh, and that song's not from it. I just found out. So it's called The Queen is Dead. And Tim used to play it to terrorize me when I was hungover in like 1986. But anyways, a song called Asleep by the Smiths, which is from Louder Than Bombs. It's B-sides and rare treats, and it's a song that I seriously have not heard since I was 18, 19 years old. It's so gorgeous, and I guess it's the central premise of the book and the movie, and this kid that deals with depression. And if you're depressed, don't listen to the Smiths. You'll just kill yourself. Or find the happy Smiths that I liked. I never knew about the depressing Smiths. Such a great movie, and it's really for more like your age, I think, because I think that would be closer to your high school time, because the senior people are 91, 92, but he's younger. He's a younger kid that meets seniors, so it would be
we're only like 2 years apart, Al.
Right, so that would make you a freshman around 80. No, you'd be a senior. Yeah, okay, so we're a little off.
I graduated 87.
But the music is more our era, and it was just so well. I cannot even express to you how well done, how well written this movie was. I loved it, absolutely loved it. And then I saw The Paperboy, which Nicole Kidman, and it was on.
I've watched all the trailers.
I've been sitting on it for a long time, but then Nicole Kidman didn't get nominated in the Oscars. She got nominated in the SAGs, and she did in the Golden Globes for Best Supporting Actress. It's a Lee Daniels film, and Lee Daniels did Push, based on the novel Who Gives a Shit by someone. I wanted that movie to win no Oscars because that fucking title was the most pretentious piece of shit.
Based on a novel by blah, blah, blah,
Sapphire by something. That fucking pissed me off. What was that movie really called? Precious, based on the movie, based on the novel, and they had to say the whole thing. Like, that was the name of the movie. You could not.
It was?
It was trademarked as that.
Yes.
Precious,
so at the Oscars,
based on the novel.
Yes.
Right.
When they read out,
Who won?
Who won? Monique. She won for playing blah 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 in what's it called again?
Precious.
Based on the novel
based on
Push by Sapphire.
Just fucking pissed me off. So anyways, but he produced but did not direct The Woodsman, and he did oh god, I have it. So I'll just I have it ready because I knew this was going to happen.
Precious though.
Oh, I know, I loved it.
Yeah.
I never saw that either.
Everything but the name.
One of the most intense things. That was
very intense.
Was
it? My god!
And he also produced Monsters Ball with
that's another like
Halle
super
Berry
intense.
won.
Right.
For
yes.
that,
Yes.
Oscars.
So he's got a good track record, and this one he directed The Paperboy. It's odd, and they don't mean Paperboy like no, he does. He makes very strangely intense movies, and they don't mean Paperboy like the guy that delivers the paper, although the character of Zac Efron does. They mean Paperboy like newspaper men.
Oh.
And they're investigating this murderer that they think is innocent. And
it's Nicole Kidman's like boyfriend or something.
But she plays one of those women that writes to. She's one of those tragic Florida people that writes to men in prison and has like relationships via pen pal.
Yes.
Oh, it's
weird.
sick and twisted and weird, and it takes place in the swampy areas of Florida where no one has a lawyer. And it's John.
We don't know if they do or not.
It's John Cusack in a performance you will not soon forget.
Oh my God, I love John Cusack.
John Cusack playing against type like 1,000 degrees away from where he should be.
So it's John Cusack.
John Cusack.
He's the guy in prison, isn't he?
He's the guy in prison, and then Matthew McConaughey, who's had a bang up year, and I really do agree that he should have been nominated for something. He is the paper man.
Right.
Yeah, he had like 3 or 4 choices. He's in Rampart as well. That's really good. So he had a lot of different roles that could have been. He was having a Jessica Chastain kind of year.
And Zac Efron's just so cute.
And he's beautiful in this movie. And it's really weird. Do you remember Set It Off with Queen Latifah from the 90s?
Yeah.
Where they photographed her and lit her like a man. And she was she was beautiful, but they kept photographing her like a man in these like.
Oh, I can't remember Set It Off.
So
Wasn't that with
it was beautifully
photographed. She was a gang member, wasn't she?
Right.
It wasn't Jada
but like
Pinkett
she
Smith
had guns,
in that too?
and she like every time they photographed her, you're
God,
like, wow,
that
I've
movie
only
was
ever
so good.
Yeah, you're like, I've only ever seen a man photographed like that. Like no soft lenses, but they still made her look good. But it was very like just it's a harsh way of directing. Well, they did that with Zac Efron, where they kept photographing him, not photographing, but the cameras all made him look like a woman because they were trying to make him look so young and naive and fresh, but hot at the same time. Like his sexuality is a big part of this movie. It was really well done. Fucked up, and you'll probably like hate me later for making you watch it and argue with me, but.
Who said I'm going to watch it? I'm not sure.
I'm saying this to the camera. But it was like 90 minutes of really, really interesting. It was an interesting movie. I'm not sure if it was that good. It certainly wasn't bad, but I was riveted the entire time as to where we were going. And Nicole Kidman. Seriously, get rid of the Botox. That woman can act.
Yeah.
She is so good.
Well,
she drives me nuts.
You actually said that in regards to her appearance at the Oscars a couple weeks ago.
Do you remember that?
You're like, the Botox is gone. She looks good again.
Yeah, and every time she's in a movie now, she's good again because she doesn't look like she got windblown.
Right.
It's very strange. Yep. And then my last bit of entertainment news, and this is kind of local, kind of national. I knew him from Chicago coming here, and then it turns out he was a big deal at Laguna, Palm Springs.
He was here at Winks.
He was here. He played in West Hollywood, and his name was Rudy De La Moore.
Yes, he passed away
today. I can't find anything on Google to confirm it.
Oh no, it's confirmed. My friend Tim Dunn, who is Zenobia from Vegas, I got confirmation from him today as well, and in regards to his passing. But I don't. Apparently, a short illness. Oddly. On his website, he was going on a cruise on Saturday, a 14-day Hawaiian cruise he was performing on. He went into the hospital, I guess, earlier this month and then passed away.
Yeah, and I joined his Facebook page today just to see if there was anything on there. And he was saying, thank you for all your prayers.
Right, because
I'm on the mend. Right. I'm in a, and he meant rehab, not in drug rehab, but rehab your next step. Skilled nursing facility.
Right, yeah.
Sniff. His website right now says you asked for it. Cruise with Rudy and get laid. Yeah, it talks about leaving on March 9th.
Yeah.
Oh my God! And the funniest thing about that is it's the place where, what does it say? And you go nowhere. Like click the mouse and go nowhere.
On the website, it's look, a surprise! Click your mouse, it goes nowhere.
Nowhere.
Absolutely nowhere.
He did the funniest act, and I stole so many jokes from him. And I have to read you a quote from Renee because I had to tell Doug and Renee and everybody because we loved him. So Renee, in response to his death, says, and Renee's one of my best friends, "Oh my God, I remember Rudy fondly. He was so sweet to us. We were such gloriously young, beautiful things the last time we went to see him." Because he invited me up to sing with him.
Oh, of course.
Some crazy song that I knew the words to, and this was late 80s, early 90s, I don't even know. And then Anything Goes, and he was amazed that I knew every word to Anything Goes. And he was like, wow. I was like, well, Patti LuPone was just on Broadway with it. I have the fucking record. Right. And I memorized it and tried to do the tap dance. So, but he
Shocking.
And his best thing, and I'll do this because I don't have a quarter on me, is when he played, to make money in case the tip bucket wasn't being filled fast enough, he would bring a quarter. Oh, we need a sound effect. Jesus, we're on radio.
I don't.
And you would do this with your quarters, and it was tap, 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 your troubles away. And he didn't play the piano during that. he would go like this with his hands, so it looked like he was tap dancing.
Right, and everybody
he would do all these fun tap things as you did tap tap, and he would sing tap 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 your troubles away, and he was making hand gestures like he was tap dancing, and then
sitting on a piano bench,
so you couldn't see his feet. And then he was like, "Keep your quarters out," and then he would play "When the Saints Come Marching In," so you could march your quarters
to the bucket
into the thing, and then he'd be like, "Oh, I hear a $5 bill."
That's cute.
But
he was so much
and
fun.
his best joke, and he didn't have a great voice.
Oh no, he was just fun.
And he was a friendly comic, and he knew everyone in the room's name. Like he would talk to every table through the course of the show, so that he could get every joke going with everybody in the room.
And included you in the jokes.
And would get you in on the jokes, but he knew everybody's name. It was amazing. Like I only saw him at Winks here. Somebody said he played at
Pookie's after Winks closed.
Okay, then maybe I did see him, but I saw him at Winks so many times.
Yeah, I did too. Like he would come every year.
Yeah, and it was always fabulous.
He was good friends with Donald and Albert, so they would always come back for that.
Oh my God, he was funny. But he would do this thing, and because he wasn't a great singer, he would have to get to the flourish of the song, he would have to do a key change so that he could finish the song. So he'd be like, key change, just like Barry Manilow. And everybody would scream it with them. Like as soon as he said key change, because you knew that as he was doing like Hello Dolly or like or anything, he knew that when it came to the big finish, he couldn't hit the note in the key he started with. So he would just change the key to finish it, and it was
we all sing along.
And there's video on here of the Tap Tap Quarter song.
Yeah. Oh, where did you find it? Oh, they must have just uploaded that.
Facebook. They must have. This is actually from June of last year. So because
I looked all over for that because I was looking for video because I wanted to post it today. So what I shared it with all the employees from Winks who are on Facebook. I shared all of it with them and let them know today that Rudy had passed away. But he was such a good time when he showed up, and that was obviously back in the day when Winks. Remember they had the piano in the bar.
Yeah.
So
to make the bar even smaller, they put a grand piano in the corner. Right. So you were seriously.
Well, it was a baby grand.
I wish I would have known Winks.
He was. Oh yeah. I wish it was still there. But the building is. It's now a thrift store.
A dress shop. So and then my last thing is because we've missed 2 weeks and you had missed the episode. Did you know the exact moment I was talking about?
Was it when the
gunshot?
Well, oh my God, yes, in the head.
Yeah.
Which was totally freaky, but then what I was even thinking about was like when the truck bust through.
Oh yeah,
the gate, and I was really, I was so confused. Like I didn't get what was going on, and when
we're talking about The Walking Dead because I don't think we said that.
Thank you, sorry.
You did not say that.
I think we went right to like psychic moment.
And so a couple episodes in The Walking Dead. If anyone follows along, and if you don't, it's a spoiler alert. But when who's the Asian character? What's his name?
Bok Choy.
It's Stephen Yao.
Surprisingly, that's actually not it. Bok Choy is not his name.
Hop Sing.
But so he leaves, and then all of a sudden that truck busts in, and you haven't seen where he's gone off to, the Asian guy, and so I'm thinking maybe it's him. Maybe the Asian guy is like ramming through the fence with the truck to like save everybody, and then you see the back of the truck open, and all the walkers come out, and it was was Glenn, yes. And that when all the walkers came out, it was a moment that I was just like, ooh, I felt sick.
Yeah.
And because what I love about the show is you never know. Like so many times you're watching a movie or you're watching a show and you're like, well, this person's obviously not going to die because they're the lead. But you don't know in this show.
And that's what I said.
Everybody just like dies.
It's turned into Lost now. No one's safe. I want to see all their contracts before the season starts. And because clearly everybody goes episode to episode or a year because they've killed off anybody.
They kill off everybody.
Same as Lost. When all of a sudden the lead character is dead for no reason.
Is it the same writers or no?
No,
but it's just like you think when you're watching a show like that the lead character is just not going to die.
No, but not in this show. Anybody, and I keep worrying about the Asian because they always kill off an Asian.
I know,
but it turns out in this show the black characters are going to die.
Yeah. So, but I was worried about Michonne this most recent episode.
Now that's specifically what I want to talk about. I'm going to try and avoid spoiler alerts. But this last episode was called Clear, and I thought it was the best episode they've had in like a season and a half, where all of a sudden the writing is back, and it was on par with, just fantastic writing. Yeah. Character study, we're back to that Lost dynamic of like, we're just going to send a few people off to a remote part of the jungle and just give you a character study.
I didn't watch Lost, so I don't know that, but I know what you mean. Like, you want to really hone in on a couple of key characters and see how they interact with each other.
Right.
And especially that Rick is kind of losing it. How does he interact with Michonne? And then what...
and then her line at the
little
end,
boys.
I see people too.
Yeah.
Oh!
What the little boys' like role is
What a great actor that little kid is.
I know. I was just really surprised
Haley Joel
to see.
Yes,
it is him. Like how important he is to the story.
Yeah, I'm worried. I keep getting worried because Lost took place over 108 days. Like then they extended it. Like they bought a few years, but they had to get rid of all the children characters immediately because they're going to age while you watch. So I needed to go back and kind of. We got to talk about somebody else too. I needed to I was like, okay, where are we? And I'm like, okay, she had a baby, so 9 months have at least passed because she's not pregnant. I had to do a lot. This episode was so good. Right. I actually went back and watched the first season again because they introduced Morgan. And I was like, I can't remember Morgan. I got to go find him again.
Immediately. As soon as he pulled the mask off, I went, I was like, oh my God. It was good.
Yeah, so there's a show called The Talking Dead that we're now mimicking. So if anyone...
They should invite us on there.
Yes. If anyone in the chat room has read the graphic novels, please put something on there and let me know, how close we're staying. Did you already know who was going to die? Because I'm going to start... Now I'm obsessed.
I think it's really, really, really close.
Yeah.
I think it's... I honestly, I think that they're doing the show based off the graphic novel, I think episode for episode and scene for... I think.
I'm not... And they keep firing the showrunners. So I'm thinking not. Because when I went back and watched those first 6 episodes and Frank Darabont, I have to do a little...
I don't pay attention... I don't pay as much attention to who's writing each episode.
And I just know because he wrote... he's the one that got it going. And he did the Green Mile and Shawshank Redemption. He specializes in taking these genre type things and then making them not horror movies. Not that the Shawshank Redemption is scary, but the Green Mile, with the supernatural, and he brings you he gives you this human insight to a character and all this stuff. And so he took The Walking Dead and the writing those first 6 episodes before they fired him is spectacular.
It is.
So going back and watching them was such a treat.
I would love to go back because in the beginning the show was terrifying, and I loved that about it. And I don't have that same feeling as much anymore.
Right, because they just talk a lot. Okay, so 2 things before we go. So The Walking Dead... and
Who just talks a lot?
I know, shut up.
The 2 of us.
Okay, so the kid that's on there, his name is Chandler Riggs.
Okay.
So good, that plays the kid. And he has grown up, and I think if this show lasts 6 more years, they can write the most twisted character in television history because he's already killed his mom, he's done all this fucked up shit. He is going to be...
When he came out and
so
shot
much room
Morgan,
to grow. And now I just have to go back because it's from Perks of Being a Wallflower. His name is... Lerman. Oh, give me just 1 second before you turn that to red. I am watching. But
here,
this
want me to
kid.
Help you look it up?
No, I got it right here. His name is Logan Lerman, and this is what last week the thought was coming to me, and I was talking about Perks of Being a Wallflower.
No. I remember hearing this name somewhere.
This was on Facebook, and this Logan Lerman that's in Perks of Being a Wallflower. He was in The Butterfly Effect. And he was the younger Ashton Kutcher, and he just has a couple quick scenes during flashbacks, and I was like, wow, that kid is good. And IMDb was new, so I remember I Googled him, and I was like, okay, I got to keep my eye on him. Then 3:10 to Yuma with Russell Crowe, that great remake, that great Western. It's my second favorite genre is Westerns. Phenomenal movie. He's the son that's pretty much the star of the movie, and I'm like, watch that kid. He's good. And then Perks of Being a Wallflower comes on. I'm like, okay, this kid looks so familiar. And then I'm like, oh my God, it's this kid that every 5 years makes a great movie. And I think this kid that plays Carl.
Okay, but I have to ask you one more question, and y'all can involve too, because it's not necessarily about the show, but I want to know on this most recent show. There was a hitchhiker, right? So they're kind of driving through.
Oh, we could go a whole hour on that.
Well, we're going to go to the drinking game, and we can probably talk about all kinds of shit.
Hitchhiker, and I just want to know, and I was Googling, why don't they stop and help people? Why don't they help?
I'll tell you.
And let me just say, so that these guys know, right? So you're in the zombie apocalypse, there's zombies everywhere, and they don't help other people. They're
not always. Sometimes they do.
Sometimes they help
Selfish
people.
Bastards.
Sometimes they don't. Oh. I don't. Again, you're not watching it. I know it doesn't mean anything, but I was so upset that
because Rick has finally turned into Shane, and he's finally lost his moral. God. He's finally lost his "I'm a hero." And okay, so they had this morally ambiguous character that would always they survived though. When he was in charge, they lived. He did shitty things to people, but everyone, people lived. Shane.
They were all alive.
And they got rid of him, and you were left with this guy that always wants to be the hero, and he always wants to go back and save people. Well, people die, so you go back to save one person, and 4 people die. It's stupid.
Right.
And you hate him for doing it. So finally, on this one, they had one mission, and he did not lose sight of the mission. They saw a hitchhiker, and he was like, no, he turned into Shane. We go on. Fuck that guy.
And then I was
we
so
can't
upset
stop.
watching Carl.
So then the whole episode goes, and no one even comments. Like, the kid in the back doesn't care either.
That's what made my heart break. I thought Carl was going to say, Dad, why aren't we helping him?
Now they're all dead inside. So then on the way back, it's the apocalypse. So of course the guy's dead. They stop and they pick up his backpack and put it in the car.
Oh, God.
No, they don't.
Oh my God! It was so, because you guys don't watch it. It was such a great.
Intense.
It was
when
such
they
a great
drive
moment.
by and they're going by the wreck and you're wondering, how is this hitchhiker going to play in? And it was so good
because they finally got.
Could I please get an IV?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see what we can do.
If you guys watch this, you'd be so hooked.
You would be. It is so
much better than reality television.
It is the best show.
It is 8:30 on hour 2. We haven't even started yet.
Dead.
The official drinking game hasn't even started yet, but God damn it, it needs to happen. Yeah, we're coming right back with that, and then don't forget, stick around for hour 3 with Thoughtful Vulgarity, where we'll probably still be talking about zombies. We'll be coming up just next.
I have one more thing to say about that.
Well, stand by. You can hold that for just a few moments. We're coming right back right here on Q Talk America. Cheesy Pete's.
If you think it sucked so far, just wait till after this 30-second dance break. If you think it sucked so far, just wait till after this 30.
And now something special from your friends at Q Talk America. If you're looking for an online retailer that's got one of the world's largest online and mail order selections, offering the very best in gay entertainment, then your friends at Q Talk America would like to recommend TLAgay.com. From gay-themed movies and adult entertainment on DVD, as well as video on demand, they also have other literature, ebooks, and all of those other things that you don't want your mom to find. TLAgay.com provides services to hundreds of thousands of customers worldwide. And now through the end of March, there's a special discount offer for all of our Q Talk America listeners. Do your shopping at TLAgay.com/QTalk. Make your selections from all of the products and services they have to offer. And when you're ready to check out, use the coupon code QTalk. You'll receive an additional 10% off your order, and that's in addition to any other discounts they're already offering. It's a great deal from your friends at Q Talk America and TLAgay.com. Once again, check them out at TLAgay.com.
And now, a drink along. We dare you to stay awake during this royalty-free music and to play a drinking game with us. If you are currently or soon to be driving a car, you cannot play. If you are presently the primary caregiver for children and or the elderly, you may desperately want to play, but no. If you are listening from a rehab facility, you are disqualified because you already hit bottom. And that means you already won this game at least once. If playing this game is in any way illegal for you, put the bottle down and make better life choices. There is no good in your goodbye, and there is no lifeguard on duty, so you will be swimming at your own risk. Tell your lawyer to take the fucking day off. You can't sue us. We warned you. Good luck. God bless Joe for putting that together.
It's a funny thing. I enjoy it.
It really is.
Good times. So, Al.
Oh, our drinking word is zombies.
Cheers,
Look at my shot face.
Oh, it is not going to take you that. You had an empty glass, lady. All right, so I just have to top off the zombie-filled drink. And I am happy to drink just in vineyards. I am happy to play along on this one. A Petit Verdot. So now, I told you a couple of weeks ago that the highest-rated, scripted, 18 to 3 years from my age demographic.
Nobody needs to know, Al.
And this is on a cable network where not all the world has cable. Is The Walking Dead. The highest rated. Everybody in all the networks is at a full-blown panic because they don't own this show. It's on fucking AMC, American Movie Classics. Again, it's like...
AMC is turning it out.
What's the little bitch's name that's on the Learning Channel?
Martha Stewart?
No, that's a bigger bitch.
The Learning Channel.
The one that's
Honey Boo Boo.
Honey Boo Boo.
It's so sad that rolls off the tip of my tongue.
Right.
I know
And it's so sad that it's on the Learning Channel.
But that's what I'm saying. So now we're on American Movie Classics with a TV show.
Right.
Makes no sense. Makes no sense. So guess what? What beat it though this week? I
finally see the correlation.
Guess what finally beat it?
Oh, what?
The Bible by Ken Burns.
Oh, really?
No. Oh my God! I keep doing that.
Viking thing?
No, I keep doing.
It's not Ken Burns. It's by Mark Burnett.
Okay,
and
so
his wife,
isn't that the guy
has
from Survivor?
so much plastic surgery. She looks like a zombie.
What's her name?
Actually,
Rona something. She's from. Yes, zombie. She's from Fucked by an Angel? Touched by an Angel? What happened?
Is that bitch from Touched by an Angel?
Yes.
That's his wife?
That's her.
She has,
you just can't tell who she is?
So much plastic surgery, you'd have literally no idea.
Roma Downey?
Turns out she's all kinds of... Well, I don't know if she's Jesus crazy. I'm kind of...
Come on. She's on a TV show called Touched by an Angel.
I know, but Della Reese is a minister, and she's kind of friendly. I've never heard anything bad about her. And she married her. Doma,
oh my God! Okay,
Doma, whatever her name
married.
is. Oh no! Right. She officiated.
Thank
you.
The zombie apocalypse wedding that they had. I'm
because
guessing.
That shit is some zombie shit.
So finally,
they are
something.
Crazy.
The first thing to beat The Walking Dead. So now the people on network TV are like, we don't know what to fucking do.
Yeah.
The number one show in the 18 to 3 years from now demographic for me becoming a zombie is The Walking Dead. And then what beats it? The Bible. On a channel that no one gets, which I'm assuming is the Bible channel. I don't know where it's airing.
You know what?
I appreciate the fact
what they said when Jesus came out of that tomb.
I appreciate the fact that they're both...
He was a zombie.
He was living dead.
But you know what, though?
Died 3 days.
These are both stories about fictitious things. That's all I'm saying.
Different plague because according to the guy in the CDC, no one had to wait 3 days to become a zombie. I think they said the longest one is 20 hours.
Is this on the show?
On the show.
It's a quick turnaround.
Yeah.
I watched that first season.
I need to rewatch it. I probably need to go back.
You should. I recommend it highly.
So what? They're doing it in black and white, which someone posted.
You could tell me we're doing it with crayons next week, and I'd still watch it.
Someone said, "Why would I want to go back and watch that in black and white?"
Tones.
Oh, it was actually my gay rapper boyfriend Caswell, who I've met a number of times and I'm completely obsessed with. Okay. He tweeted, "Why would I want to go back and watch this in black and white?" And I wanted to retweet or quote tweet and ask him a question about it, but I don't get tweeting. I don't get it. So I couldn't
hashtag zombie. I don't know
exactly.
Either.
But I wanted to ask, why? Do you hate the show? What's happening to our relationship? I didn't know. Yeah. But they are going back.
I'm against colorizing anything. I think it's horrible because I don't know if they've improved the process or if they shot the person that started it. They're horrible.
Well, Ted Turner was doing everything for a while.
Right. And seriously, thank God Jane Fonda divorced him so I could like her again.
Yes.
Oh, and Tyler Michonne has been accepted here on our show as well. I love that lady. Please, Tyler, because I got to get off this topic, but please tell me you watch The Talking Dead, because The Talking Dead is crack too. There's no limit to the amount of crack on the fucking American Movie Channel, which I haven't watched a movie on in years.
Ever, right.
Because it used to all be black and white.
No, they didn't.
Did they?
No, they didn't. Okay, so now we'll move on. So the first thing...
Turner Classic, TCM probably was the black and white.
Yeah.
No, neither.
Turner Classic Movies?
Neither.
I thought it was.
I thought there was... My dad used to watch one channel that had all black and white movies.
He was watching a black and white TV. Because Gone with the Wind was on both of them.
Okay.
Yeah, but Turner actually owns... Turner Classic Movies actually owns Gone with the Wind, so they can play it more often.
Okay, wait. So, Breaking Bad, also AMC, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Their AMC is just smart, because Breaking Bad is another, and I don't know I need to get caught up, but that's another critically acclaimed, big time awards.
Everywhere.
Smart show.
All right, so just so Marnie can participate. Now, here we go. Well, I can't do reality shows for you. I'm so sorry.
Is there a zombie?
I'm not the reality show girl.
Is that a zombie football reference you're going to make? How the fuck is she going to participate?
Now, I'm not sure if you heard this yet. Now, I found out this goes in your guns segment, which you missed last week. Now, this was, I had to do some research on this, but this was in response to what will happen if women are not allowed to carry guns at the University of Colorado at Colorado Springs. Have you heard this?
No.
Their safety pamphlet on rape has been handed out to women, and their response is...
Because if you're going to be raped, you want it to be safe.
Right. But what they're saying is, if we're...
legitimate.
And because I took this as, this is so stupid, but what they're saying is, this is what we have to do since we cannot let women have guns. I guess Colorado, each state is so different.
Right.
So Colorado State at Colorado Springs, their safety pamphlet on rape said, try to vomit, pee yourself
I did
or
hear
claim
this.
you are menstruating to avoid rape. And what they meant to say was, this is the ridiculousness we have to go to if we can't let women have guns. And there's so much wrong with this. In a hand-to-hand combat where rape has to happen, you need to be pretty close to rape somebody. The chances of being shot by your own gun go up
exponentially,
ginormously. Like we're at zombie apocalypse levels here. I just want to drink because this wine is so goddamn delicious. This was a friend from my friend Jenny for Christmas, and I finally found a reason to drink it.
Yeah.
What, Marnie?
You
what
just
happened?
said, this is a friend from my friend Jenny. A gift, but we got it.
Okay.
It was so cute because he was so like
excited.
It's a friend from my friend Jenny.
They're both friends.
I like it a lot.
So
that's all.
But they put this out as a real statement. So it took some research to find out, why would you say that? Why would you tell women? And the big thing was they were telling people, why don't you hand out pamphlets to the men on campus saying, try not to rape people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't this pamphlet going to the wrong crowd?
Good call.
Well, what I would also envision is they're going to hand out a pamphlet to men that say, by the way, if your prospective victim urinates herself, claims menstruating, or does that, she's lying. Because it seems like there's somebody who's wanting to encourage them to do it.
Right.
Dumbasses. It's just...
It's so stupid, but it turns out it's part of the gun. It's a Colorado pro-gun lobby that's trying to say, we'll stop putting this out if you'll just give every woman on campus a gun. So what they're saying is, we can't stop the violence. This is the part that I can't get past. Like, there's no way to stop the violence, so we have to make everyone more violent. Like, I don't get it. Marnie, I thought I was going to get you with that one. Anything?
Something about violins on TV. I'm not sure.
Something like
Never mind.
And it's the Judy Miller show. Who was talking about that with Gilda Radner? It's a Judy Miller show. I'm Judy Miller. Wish she would throw herself into the wall.
Oh my God.
It must have been Molly.
last week.
It must have been Molly. I thought it was you.
Yeah, 'cause-
Somebody across from you.
Yes.
Katie
so
was
it's
not
her.
there last week.
All right.
No.
So my list is done. So unless
I know you've had. That was a list. That was your entertainment.
that was all I had on my list.
That was your entertainment segment. Oh, that was it. Just that one thing. Go, Marnie. You got something?
Well, I have a few things. Just been kind of going through some stuff. Did you guys hear about the gal who tried out for the NFL?
No,
I did. The kicker.
She tried out as a
I did.
kicker.
Sad pants.
Really kind of sad.
What?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, because if you're going to be the first person who goes out there, first of all, 28 years old, that was surprising to me.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I just didn't think of the age, but that's
a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, 28, most of the guys that are going out there,
Well, they're
playing,
20. 21, 22.
Yeah.
Big black guys.
And some.
good times.
And
I did that for Al.
She went out there and 2 kicks. Apparently in warm-ups had pulled a quad muscle, was what was said, and got out there and did not kick, did 2 kicks, neither of them more
really bad.
than 20 yards. Like that's
18 yards and then like 13.
But what was her record? What was her like?
She wanted to make a 60, and
it was a lot better. She had made.
But what was her track record prior?
That's what I mean. Like she could do up to like a 60-yard apparently.
All right.
Yeah. So I mean, this was
it was embarrassing.
But here, right, and here you're up there, and she put, the distance wasn't there, but hopefully the scouts will notice my technique. She said it's not always the length. I thought kind of inappropriate. These are things that you kind of go, well, maybe we should have rethought that. So there's
It probably would have seemed even more odd if it would have been one of those big black guys saying it's not always about the length.
Ain't always about length, baby.
While playing Barry White in the background.
With one arm.
A zombie with one arm is not as good as a zombie with 2.
There you have
You'll be
it.
one of Michonne's pets.
There you go.
I was going to call her Moesha, and I realized it probably was not her name.
No,
I don't think
so
so.
cool.
I don't think so.
Right.
So there, the whole gays in the NFL thing has become a big
Big
deal
deal.
since
Right.
Hashtag big deal.
or not about the length. Where
Enough testosterone, and no, it's
No,
good.
no.
Yeah.
Good.
Culver from the 49ers had made the statement very eloquently. I don't do the gay guys, man, Culver said.
Good.
I don't do that. No, we don't got no gay people on the team. They got to get up out of here if they do. oh, okay. So anyway,
did he say it like that?
No, actually, if I had done it, if I had stated it like he stated it, people would have said that I am racist.
No, so, what you need to start doing.
I didn't say it very brightly.
Let me tell you what I want you to start doing. When you find these stories, you let me know. I'll find the audio and we'll play this.
It was. I think it was printed. I'm not.
No, actually, it wasn't. He was on Artie Lang's show.
You find it. You tell me the link.
Artie Lang. Yeah. Artie Lang has a show.
Oh yeah.
Who the hell's Artie Lang?
Artie Lang was.
He was a Howard Stern sidekick for years and years and years.
Yes.
He was like the reason I watched. I went and saw him at the Tempe Improv. I bought him whatever the drink that whatever the drink. I can't Jack and Coke or something that I bought him a Jack and Coke like from the waiter. I loved Artie.
Oh no, he totally has a show.
Yeah, no,
and that's where this Culliver made this statement. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay.
So there was a op-ed kind of piece that was written, and it said the more remarkable thing is that if football has had the relationship scandal, like talking about different relationship scandals, and because they were talking about Manti.
Mateo.
Oh yeah. That's taking a weird twist.
Right. So they were talking about these relationships, and the headline I believe was like they should be asking questions about fake girlfriends, not if you're gay, because at the combine where they go and they do the whole how fast do you run? It's for the NFL. It's pre-draft.
It's like the training camp for. Oh, I was so ready with that joke. I lost it.
Oh. So anyway,
a league of their own.
Yeah, they go out there
because I was going to understand that.
Right. Oh, they go out there and they're working out and they're showing scouts their skills, right?
Their prowess.
Right. Their prowess, if you will. That's what the NFL. Very nice.
Zombies don't have prowess.
No, they don't have prowess. That's how you know you're not dealing with a zombie if they got prowess.
But her big deal in writing about this was that at the combine there was a gentleman quarterback who
gentleman quarterback. I like that. I want to be one of those.
And apparently he was, even though I screwed up those words. He went in and the scouts were kind of interviewing him. They liked what they saw in the field, and so they were interviewing him, and they said, sorry, God, I had it all together. Shit. They asked him if he was gay. They just came out and asked him.
Why would you just randomly ask somebody that?
Because that's their new thing. Like, and not are you gay? It was
he trying to change the color scheme of uniforms?
Well, no, right. Yeah, exactly. I think mauve would be great.
You're going to be doing breast cancer awareness week every week.
I know, I love the pink
shoes.
This is mauve. I'm sorry. Right, okay.
Looks like the whole state has been hosed down with Pepto-Bismol.
Blush and blush.
It's blush and bashful, Mama.
Yeah. One is definitely darker than the other.
This big deal was made, and it wasn't, are you gay? But it may as well have been, so really awkward shit. Like, so do you have a girlfriend? Which I thought was a gay come on. Like, I thought maybe they were coming on to him instead of just trying to find out.
Because Al and I have used those
now
same lines.
Absolutely.
Now,
these guys.
I've lost a little track in your live reading.
Go ahead.
I'm part zombie. This wine is delicious. Now, are you talking about what they asked the catfish guy?
It's kind of a combination story that this person put together.
Okay.
They did this. It's the whole idea that instead of asking, because of relationship scandals, instead of asking if someone's gay, they should be more focused on all these fake girlfriends that are running around. It says the more remarkable thing is that if football has had a relationship scandal, it wasn't with a gay player. It was with a Notre Dame player who carried on an online romance with a woman who it turned out did not even exist. Not even before the player declared himself heartbroken over her untimely death.
Right.
Like the ridiculousness of the two things. And so this person was writing, it's time to get over homophobia. A fake girlfriend and phony romantic tragedy are far worse for the sports image than a real gay player.
Right.
Yeah. By far.
Two things on this. First, see The Walking Dead, so you know what we're talking about. Because there's no Oscars or elections, so I'm going to be on Walking Dead till Dexter starts.
I hope that's next week.
Well, you know that my idea of sex still remains getting drunk and talking about Dexter. That is what I think of sex. Okay. I'm not even kidding. Catfish.
We said that since the beginning.
Catfish.
I should get caught up. I need to catch up on
Catfish,
Dexter.
the documentary. If you don't know, because that is what happened to. Please say his name.
Manatee Teo.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And the guy that catfished him that name's phenomenal. John. Stewart on The Daily Show cannot give up that name. He blames everything on the guy that catfished him. But Catfish, the documentary, so you know what the MTV show is kind of watered down version of like this guy being catfished. And then the second thing, do you remember in Money? You don't. I won't even look over there. But in the movie Moneyball with Brad Pitt, when they were talking about how they recruited players before that guy came in and saved the A's, and then Boston finally used his way to do it, and they won the World Series using his thing. The old way to recruit players was to ask. They wanted to see pictures of their girlfriends. Because if they had an ugly girlfriend, they thought they had low self-esteem. Like, none of their interview questions to build the team were about... Okay. So that's what this guy came in from Moneyball, and he was like, but can you get on base? Okay. And he looks at, what's his name, the Jewish guy with the fro.
Yeah.
Wow. Woo.
Nicely done.
Fuck China, we're going for the Jews. Till we get to a Pope story.
A new one. I have that next.
Yeah. Oh, get the song ready. I'll get the song ready. Can I get the song ready?
And I haven't been able to listen to that yet. Damn it, I haven't been able to listen.
I'll give you guys 3-day fucking clues.
I know you
So
did.
anyways, but in Moneyball, that was one of the things was like, ugly girlfriend, no self-esteem, we can't recruit him. Okay. And they're like, but he gets on base. But anyways, what is that guy's name? He's such a funny actor.
Oh, Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill. Mm-hmm. Who does like really well. Who does he's like the numbers guy that tells him, and he snaps his finger and he goes, you want me to talk? When I point at you, talk.
Right.
And he says, but he gets on base. So I am ready for your Pope story.
Well, and
Harrison, this one's for you because she reminded me of it.
Pope story?
No, you do your Pope story. I got a song for it.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Can we play that?
We're going to play a snippet.
Yeah, 1 second. So we're just to stay with the theme. There was a story that came out about sexual tension in the locker room and gays. Okay. Right, and that this is a big deal. Well, of course you do. And that there's some, this should give you a clue. It's a gentleman from, I use that loosely, American Family Association.
Oh, that's always a bad sign.
Right. Exactly.
Whenever the word family, whenever you hear that word,
run for the zombies. And it was declared his focal point radio show, something I won't be listening to, according to the Right-Wing Watch. It just gets worse. The NFL is not going to put up with that kind of nonsense. They know you get sexual tension in a locker room. You can't avoid divisive things coming into the locker room.
I have had sexual tension in a locker room.
I actually don't think that that's normal. I don't, right?
Yeah.
Like,
no.
I mean... You don't just, like, sexual tension in a male locker room means there's gay people there.
No,
that's okay.
I'm sorry. When there's men... There's sexual tension.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter gay or straight. Because as soon as you put all the sailors on the boat and get in the Navy,
they're all gay at that point.
Anything that the Village People sings about is usually all men with sexual tension.
Spot on, zombie.
And then finally someone got laid.
Right.
And then they resolved the problem.
Well, and the whole idea is that, in the end, they were saying that in the NFL, that if a team is going to be completely okay with openly gays in the locker room, they know that other players are going to stay away from that team in droves. And I thought,
no, they aren't.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Stop it. They won a championship. Nobody could give a rat's ass about about the rest of it. So it's just interesting how all of this is becoming. That was just today. I was able to find like 7 different stories on these kind of things. So,
and you know that if when you are the first gay player, when you were the first black player, when you're the first,
people are saying I don't want to be Jackie Robinson.
Can you imagine?
I can't wait for that movie.
And we don't know about the first Jackie Robinsono that came from. Where are they all from? The Dominican Republic.
Jackie Robin Homo, you mean?
Like now,
what are we talking about?
The entire National Baseball League. That's not the right name, but what are they really called?
MLB. Major League Baseball.
The entire fucking place. They send me emails every day. You think I'd figure it out. They're all Dominican Republic. But the first one, they were like, I don't think we should go with these people. They're kind of brown. Yeah. And now they're like, oh, you're white. Do you have any family members from the Dominican Republic?
Right. Yeah.
We're not sure you can play. Who do you know from the Dominican Republic? Like,
then maybe.
But you know that a week after they find out there's all these great gay baseball players, I don't know if there are, but there could be, they're going to be like, oh, we're going to need you to be gay.
Yeah, but you're exactly right. And people are coming out, though, after. It's just like that soccer thing I told you about last week.
And the soccer player who kissed his partner and
then quit. Don't
quit. Right.
Don't quit, Jodie Foster. Get right. You know what I mean? Do it.
Mm-hmm. And so that takes me before I have truly 2 other things, 3 maybe. I have 3 things.
There are a couple of major things that have gone on last week that we've missed.
There
so
are
far.
3 things that I definitely 3 other things, and then I'm
my phone that's playing.
Okay. I'm pulling an L right now. Yeah. Sit your ass back down.
I'm trying to make you funnier later.
I tried to sound like him too.
You gotta get your mic there it is.
There you have it.
We're planning entertainment. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Fuck off. So
if you can just work on your pitch when you're imitating me, you want somewhere between a dying chihuahua and a run-over penguin.
I appreciate that there was a baseball reference and you said something about pitch. I think it was funny.
Thank you. That was nice. The pitcher and the catcher.
That was pretty close.
Thanks. So the next pope? Nope. Did you hear about the guy who showed up? Showed up. The fake pope?
I did.
Yeah, they have a picture of this guy, and I can show it to you if you'd like. He's
He was a fake cardinal.
A fake cardinal.
No, because he was
fake bishop.
He tried to get in.
Yeah. And he shows up, and he had like a purple sash. Really, a scarf.
A scarf.
It's like maroon.
A fedora.
Right.
Not the little skull cap thing.
Right.
And so hysterical. And he almost got there, and they were comparing him to that Tariq and was it Michelle? It kind of looks like Michelle Salahi, the
that crashed
Virginia
the White House.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
that crashed Obama's first White House dinner. He was posing with the dignitaries and set his sights on an even more, I appreciate this, coveted gathering. First, Ninth Commandment, cute. Anyway.
Those Catholics.
I know, killing me. And they're crazy Catholics is what they are.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like, well, he's a self-declared bishop. You got to love a self-declared German bishop. I am as well, but I don't think they'll buy it. He reportedly calls himself Basilius. We just call him Silly for short. And he was with the non-existent Italian Orthodox Church. But it was hysterical. He shows up and he smiled and posed for the cameras and shook hands with the cardinals.
Of him with the other cardinals.
Yeah, and this was a big deal. And
when
he just tried to blend in.
When you looked at his scarf too, it was very clearly like mauve.
Right.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I need that before he ran out the door. And this whole top secret meeting, and apparently he was nabbed and booted out by the Swiss guards.
The Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, right. Which we're going to get to in a minute. Seems the disguise was a little off and gave him away. It said the cassock was too short, the crucifix around his neck a bit different. I don't know. Maybe it was the Star of David. I don't know what it was. Back to the Jews, God, and the purple scarf was conspicuous against all the red. The fedora against all the skull caps probably didn't help.
And they were fake Prada from Chinatown.
Right. So anyway, I just thought that was hysterical.
And his terry cloth robe.
Yeah, exactly. With his terry cloth shorts underneath. But if he had been able to make it in there, that would have fucking killed me. That would have been fantastic. But no, the fake German Pope from the Italian Orthodox Church that doesn't exist did not make it.
I love it. The Italian Orthodox, because someone's going to be more Orthodox than the Romans. Yeah,
I did hear on
the literal city.
Right.
I did hear on TMZ though that one of the other cardinals thought he was cute and got a phone number. So I'm not. I think that was.
Did he resign then?
No.
Oh, because most gays do.
No, there's no scandal yet.
Oh, got it.
No scandal. Wait till scandal, then quit.
So I do have my three other things. You play your song.
Oh, we're gonna have a song.
We have the Pope song.
Should we just do this and then we have to, because we have to cross over. We don't have time. We have to do the crossover and then we'll come back for hour 3.
Wait.
What are you doing?
What's up?
Okay, because I'm just having a.
He's trying to find something. Is something? Am I supposed to? Can you hand me?
Yep, I got it.
Okay, stand by.
It's all loaded up and ready.
Oh, I love it. Let me have your phone.
Yep.
Oh my God, all these. I understand what play is.
Oh, all right.
So this
and if
is.
it fucks up, it's really hard to find on that.
All right, so this is.
It's Maren Cadell.
Okay, do you want to give any kind of a backup of what this is?
No, but this would have been funnier if I was better at my phone. Just hit it.
Okay.
Well, you got your Pope penance buttons, your Pope glow.
Pope, 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 Pope.
Mr. Holiness. That's great.
The best part is, well, he visits with Nazis and he doesn't believe in abortion, lets us take the pill, but there's still a certain je ne sais quoi. Some peace, some love, some goodwill. Yeah, the Pope, 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 Pope.
I'm excited to listen
Harrison
to it later.
reminded, she didn't know I needed a laugh the other day, but she intuited that I needed a laugh the other day, and she reminded me of a song I already owned.
I love it.
It is the end of hour 2. We're going to have another hour coming up in spite of our...
And it turns out we need the time.
Yeah, because Marnie has apparently got a list of loaded shit she wants to talk about.
Weird.
Oh, my God. It's the show on Q Talk America. My name's Clayton McKee. We are here with Al Perkins, Marnie Ryer, Katie June, and you, the humble, loyal listener or viewer, as you may now be. We're coming back on the other side. If you're listening to this on the rebroadcast, don't forget, Hour 3 is a separate audio download, but if you're watching the video, it's all in one. We'll be back in just moments, right here on Q Talk.
You've been listening to The Show on Q Talk America. This is Q Talk America.
The following broadcast contains adult humor, language, and topics, along with partial nudity. Actual knowledge is used sparingly. The show is a result of a lost bet and a bad game of rock, paper, scissors. It's The Show with Clayton McKee. And now, a man with a face for radio, Clayton McKee.
Finally, Hour 3, and I make the entire video process fucking work. Takes me that goddamn long and this many drinks to make it work.
This many drinks. I think you could have got there if you'd started drinking 2 hours prior.
Well, maybe if I had started at 4 this afternoon, I could have made our...
with Jason Carlson.
Right, something like that. My God. Well, good evening. If you were just joining us, you've missed 2 exciting hours of shit.
Zombies.
30 minutes of zombies. You didn't type it on there yet. How do they know at home what the word is?
Oh, because they've heard us. Oh, I have to do that. Jesus Christ, Al. Now you're all on my ass about the fucking production.
Maybe don't say that.
It's all good.
It makes me uncomfortable.
People understand.
Okay.
People do. It's Katie, Marty, Al, and Clayton.
You can be on my ass. We're just going to talk about Dexter. You can do whatever you want to.
That's a good one. From what you said, yes.
If you don't have showtime, there's only so far it's going in. Just the tip, man.
Just the tip.
Just the tip. The 4 of us are in studio. It's Hour 3. We are about half an hour into the drinking game. We do have thoughtful vulgarity coming up a little bit later right here in Hour 3. We are here each and every week. We'd like to remind you that if you're watching us on video, thank you and welcome. It's only our 3rd broadcast as of this on video. The video and the audio on that one telecast comes out synchronized, so there's no need to watch one and listen to the other solo audio performance because you'll just be let down.
And luckily we're not in HD, so I don't have to buy the dryer sheets because you really can't see me on my TV.
I do have something to let you know.
Wait, shut up.
Coming next month.
Shut up.
We're getting more cameras, and we're going to make it everybody has a tighter shot.
Oh, that's scary, McGarry.
Right?
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't say high definition, I don't care.
I haven't yet.
There's nothing wrong with me scooting further this way.
Yeah, but you're going to have a camera that's right on you.
Yeah, but not right this way, right? Not a profile? Because Joe fucking knows how I feel about profile shots.
I wish there was another screen over there because I also want to see what's going on, but every time I do like one of these.
Yeah.
You see the back of your head?
And it's like
so that's how Kelly feels?
I just want to say
I went all that way.
Ding, 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 ding. Fucking a zombie. Drink. I just needed to get the drinking word in, and you were the willing victim. I have to tell you that I watch, as everybody knows, when I can't sleep, I watch The Daily Show and The Colbert Report in my bedroom, which is not high def. It's a 1996 bought for a Barbra Streisand concert on HBO. At the time, it was fancy.
Of course.
But I have to tell you that a couple days ago, like Thursday or Friday, I just happened to be awake. Oh, I was up some night. I don't know why. But I taped The Daily Show on my real TV. Oh my God, the difference between what I'm watching in my bedroom, not in high def, and what happened in my living room.
Sure.
Oh, here's a story. Yeah. I mean, they have, it is seriously like the Jeffersons meets a real black family. They have nothing in common.
With your HD and your reg.
Awesome.
No, I should make, it's the Cosbys meets a real black family.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because the Jeffersons were pretty black.
The Jeffersons were pretty black.
Yeah. Cosby's not so
I mean,
much.
not that I know.
Well, the Cosbys
black,
weren't anybody in America. They were just some rich people that lived in Brooklyn.
That's
like,
right.
God, I love them though.
Yeah, what a great show.
I flipped on the other day.
How many organs would you sell for a brownstone in Brooklyn that looked like that?
Is zombie our word?
Zombie,
Got
yes. But I'm okay with gentleman quarterback too, because that's kind of funny.
Gentleman quarterback. Well, but it was
and
true.
I'm not sure. I know you kind of screwed up.
No, I did. That's what I said. I mean, I totally screwed up, but he really was a gentleman because he's like, I don't see what it matters, and why are you asking me that? And you're creepy. So
but I love that that's what they get out of that story is that no one can stop. Even though he never saw the man and never knew he was talking to a man, and the man might be gay, everyone's worried that
he is.
King Malaya might be. I'm just going with it's a Hawaiian name. Might be
Laki
gay.
maki. Mm-hmm.
No, that's a fish.
Okay, whatever.
I don't know. I have no idea. Are we going to talk about the fish scandal or no?
In a second.
Okay.
So it says here's the elephant in the room for teams, and it shouldn't matter, but we have to step aside from the rest of reality and walk into the unique industry that is the NFL. Teams want to know whether Manti Te'o is gay.
Manti Te'o, just like King Kamehameha. I get it. Yep.
They want to know because in an NFL locker room, it's a different world. It shouldn't be that way, and that's what this Patrick
who cares if he's gay?
But
who cares if he
but
thought
that's
he had
their big thing, and you're exactly right because it was a man who was
he
playing
got catfished
the part
by a man, and they can't get past that point.
You've said this catfish thing, and I'm not even going to lie because you're going to see it on the camera when I go like this. Huh?
Okay, so
that's how it was caught.
There was a documentary. No, it wasn't. There was a documentary a couple years ago. She just saw her picture in an obituary and said, "I'm not dead." She was kind of like the woman.
I remember hearing that. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so there's a documentary called Catfish from a few years ago, and in this movie, this guy has a relationship with a girl that he meets online through Facebook, and they become friends. And I can't remember. She's an artist or a painter, and she's young and she's poor, and he tries to help her out. And I'm mixing up a lot of facts, but he has this long-term relationship, and everybody that's with him, and they videotape it because it's one of those things where they're really making a documentary about something else, like Harvey Milk, like capturing the Friedmans. It's a documentary about something else. It suddenly becomes about, like, what are you doing? And no one in the office that he works in or no one that's around him is like, this girl doesn't exist.
Okay.
And then he goes to meet her, and it turns out that this person never existed. And it's a famous documentary called Catfish.
Okay.
And now MTV has made a special about it.
Because of playing off of this.
No, because of the documentary. And then in the middle of this documentary becoming big and the TV show on MTV getting big, it turns out someone famous, this guy from Notre Dame, was catfished in the middle of it.
Oh,
so
I
this
see.
term existed, and this MTV had a show, and everybody was like, well, that's catfish. Like, we've all seen, like, everybody knows this term.
It's already happening. Okay.
So it became, and now they've taken something that was just a documentary that became an MTV show that suddenly happened to someone that was in the limelight because of the Notre Dame game, because of the season. I can't remember what bowl. Was it the Rose Bowl that he played in? One of the bowl games.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It could have been the Tostito Bowl. Yeah, it might have been the Zombie Apocalypse Bowl. I don't know.
The .com Bowl.
Oh, and have you heard that the University of Florida? I think it's the University of Florida. It's somewhere in Florida. They don't have a lawyer.
Okay.
Allegedly.
And Doug Wilkie will love it. He doesn't listen anymore because we don't let him play on the show. But if he listens to this, he'll love this comment that there is a prison complex that is now sponsoring a stadium. It's called Geo. And they're
you're kidding me.
It's
By the way, that's
it's
where
a
my mom works.
For-pay prison system that has all these. That has
Geo.
Geo. But they have all these allegations of like
prisons.
Abusing children, terrible treatment, funds not going to the prisons.
Right.
It's the prison industrial complex at its worst, and they're taking their for-profit business and they're now sponsoring a stadium in Florida.
Or a stadium.
If something shitty's going to happen, it's going to happen in Florida. I just want to tell you. When the zombies come, is that a drinking word? Put it up there.
Do you think it's
I just took it off.
Do you think it's going to start in Florida? Like maybe at a Kroger grocery store in Florida?
Where else but Florida?
Or a sinkhole in a bedroom of a house.
That's right. Yeah, done.
Because Texas is going to secede, and then Florida is going to start the zombie apocalypse. That's my prediction.
It could happen.
See you, Texas.
Remember how good I did on election night?
You really did, and so I'm not. I will not argue against you.
I pray continue, milady.
Thank you. So now, okay, good, done. I'm getting there. I actually have a list, so that's weird. Now,
and you're using it thoughtfully.
I am absolutely.
Like the accessory wall on Project Runway. Please use it thoughtfully.
By,
zombies. So, have you guys heard about Amazon? Did you hear about the issue that Amazon is having?
No,
I have not.
Kind of a big deal.
They start charging taxes here in Arizona coming up soon.
I am kind of a huge Amazon supporter, and they were in Britain, I believe it is, in the UK. They were selling a shirt. That the whole keep calm. Have you heard about that? Have you seen those things?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Keep calm. Blah blah blah.
Keep calm and carry on. Keep calm and grow a mustache.
Right.
Blah, blah,
This
blah.
one
it's from World War II. It's during the bombings.
So
that was their motto.
Wasn't like it's actually not like
that was
so
a
cute.
big deal. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
the Blitzkrieg, if you will.
Lovely.
Oh.
They had
It's European.
a shirt.
Don't try it.
I won't try it.
They had a shirt that...
Steer clear.
Keep calm and rape her or something?
Yeah, keep calm and rape on, I believe. Yeah.
Who wrote that?
Paul Ryan.
It was... Right?
Best guess.
Hold on. It's right here.
I hope he's a zombie first.
Nope. Oh, stop it.
Because that means he's
Marnie.
dead.
No, right. It says, keep calm and rape me. And it is right.
That's just gross. Who girl would
keep
wear
calm
that?
and rape me.
Oh, but it comes
Or
in
boy.
like 18 different colors.
It sure does. Now, on top of
It
that,
sure
though,
does.
It sure does. On top of that, it says retail giant Amazon was asked to make a substantial donation to a women's refuge on Sunday after its UK website offered T-shirts for sale promoting rape and violence against women. The T-shirt slogans were spun off the phrase "Keep calm and carry on," the British propaganda slogan, and the shirts included "Keep calm and hit her," "Keep calm and rape a lot," "Keep calm and rape them," along with "Keep calm and rape me." And
Okay, now
so,
I have to speak up here.
please,
I'm sorry.
please,
Shocker.
do.
May
It's-
I
It's odd.
Just.
And you
I
may.
like any kind of
may.
offensive humor. Like, I honestly
right.
do. There is
Yeah,
no...
I know.
I didn't think there was a line you
Yeah.
could cross that I wouldn't laugh at.
Right.
We found it.
Yeah.
There's nothing about that shirt that I find...
It's not
I can't-
amusing. It's not.
No.
It's not
there's-
colorful.
no.
It's not witty.
Right, and that's what's missing, because usually there's a little bit of
Witty.
wit and offensive humor. Nothing. That's just...
That's just gross.
Right. It says
Keep calm and what is it? Hit her.
and hit her. Keep calm and rape a lot or rape her a lot. Keep calm. Yeah. I mean, it was
no,
like
there's
what?
there's no
and there's
fun
also
there.
a lot. There's also a difference, I think, and it's not great, but there's a difference between being a stupid dumbass and saying keep calm and rape me on a shirt. Like you're a fucking idiot. But keep calm and hit her or keep calm and rape her.
Right,
like,
maybe it's a third person.
that's
maybe,
just violence against someone else. Like,
Yeah.
fine,
Right.
if you're stupid and you think that's cute, I think it's disgusting regardless.
Right.
But to wear a
I
shirt
see
that
what you're-
advocates
but
violence
if you were
against
doing
other
it in the first person, that would maybe be
might be
something that
pushing it, but
you
maybe.
could find someone to find
but
that funny.
be
Well, and they
advocating
kept saying that
against-
they didn't know that they were selling them. That there are people that put things.
Well,
on
Amazon.
there.
I mean, seriously,
I believe
Amazon
that.
sells
Well,
everything.
But somebody should be overseeing that kind of thing because they're also
Some
apparently,
things are too big to
the
oversee.
company may
I
also
will
have
agree
had
with that.
in quotes no idea that they sold other T-shirts that read "Keep calm and knife her," "Keep calm and choke her," and "Keep calm and grope on."
I'm gonna make a shirt
I
called
was-
"Keep Calm and Chop His Balls Off."
or "Keep calm and don't order from Amazon." I mean, and I am seriously a huge Amazon support. Like, I love being able to
I
just type
just
something
bought
in.
Walking Dead
Yeah.
on instant video on Amazon Prime.
And
Just
I'm
got
not saying that I'm
zombies in
going to,
Yeah.
but it was a little too much for me. That was just startling. And how
Well,
they
and also-
wouldn't know that is
and
the
isn't
problem
it
for
gross
me.
too that it's only violence against women? It's only keep calm and rape her.
Yeah.
It's not keep calm and rape him, which also I don't advocate. But
Right.
it's not keep calm and knife that son of a bitch
Right.
because he's raping you. It's
Right.
keep calm and do all of these violent acts towards women.
Yep.
That's
Right.
just
Yep, and it's just not okay.
hideous.
I was just so surprised that, and of course they pulled them right away, and whatever. It doesn't matter. That I just think that's
Well, I mean,
terrible.
I like that their first reaction to finding out that it happened was to pull it.
Absolutely.
That-
Right.
I
They
do have
didn't-
to give them credit
and
for
I
that.
give
Wow,
them credit for
that's-
that. But the idea that you didn't know, that's a lot to not know.
You guys remember when hour 3 was more fun?
Well,
Isn't it funny when Al's talking? It's fun, but when I'm talking, it's not.
no, that's a good story. That's a good story.
No,
Because
it's
you know
a
what?
great
It'll be on
story,
the View
but,
tomorrow.
but that should have been in the headlines in that whole area
I know,
of
but I
that.
didn't have time because he was talking.
yeah,
I've had this shit since earlier today.
she prepared for a show. Just trying to tell you.
Well,
Oh, that's
had-
what
Good job. Well researched. I got to tell you.
Thank
That
you.
is good.
I didn't. You know what's funny about that? Not funny about that. That was the wrong
Right,
word.
I understand.
I when I heard their news report, I only heard of one shirt. Now you're telling me there's like 8 to 10 shirts. I
And they
didn't
just
realize.
get worse and worse and
Right.
Yeah,
worse. Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah, I didn't realize
I was,
that.
like I said, just totally taken aback by that. I
But
thought,
remember,
well,
we're all here to see the Pope.
and
Maybe somebody else famous will come visit.
don't call me maybe, but Carly Rae Jepsen dropped out of the Boy Scouts performance because of gay rights. I thought that was pretty cool.
Along
Good
with
for
Train.
her.
Along with
Yeah,
Train.
that's right. Train was a part of it as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
Remember when Train was relevant? But Carly Rae.
No, I do not.
I don't either.
I don't either. But yeah, I thought that was. I mean, good for her because she's someone prominent.
God bless
for
the Canadians.
younger-
They're very progressive.
Yeah, for the younger kids that they're looking at her for whatever reason, but to hear that kind of thing, say nope, No, we're not going in.
The statement was that when they booked this show originally, they had no idea that statement of excluding gay were part of their
well,
standard.
They probably booked them a long time ago,
right,
I would imagine.
Right. And now that they found this out and they realized that they were coming upon this concert, they're like, no, we're not.
Yeah.
Well, there's so many different. Now, the city council meeting was that last week or 2 weeks ago here in
last week.
But people are starting to find out, okay, now Walmart is always going to side with the assholes. I don't care what they are politically. I'll never step foot in one. But when they find out that Yahoo and
Google,
Costco, there's all these companies that were they draw the line in the sand and they're like, we will not get into your gay bashing business.
We're not going to.
And there's all these companies. They're like, nope. As soon as you do that, we're pulling out of your city. We will not put our name to that. We won't sign up for
because then we're associated, and you're guilty by association.
And we know how the gays are with brand recognition, and they're going to start protesting and taking everybody down. Applebee's is learning the hard way.
Oh my God! With the Applebee's weird scandal online,
and Papa John's has been massacred because there's all
Papa
these people,
John's. Yes, I had heard about that.
All these people are you're affecting small businesses. Papa John's, Papa John owns, or what that fucker's called. I can't believe I just called him Papa John he's Joe Paterno.
Right?
Yeah. That cunt is how we're going to refer to him. But that guy, he makes these statements not realizing that he's hurting franchisees that don't support his vision. Right. And maybe they got involved to support his vision, but they're like, oh shit, if we say
his vision aside from that.
Right. Because what
good
if
pizza, good this, good that, right.
Because you have to sit there with your franchise license going, what if he says something about blacks next? Because in my mind, when
you're absolutely right.
When you throw, I say that about my family all the time because my family loves to throw around the N-word. They love to throw that around. And I'm like, but faggot's next.
Right.
That's the next word. If you're comfortable with that word. So I think it works the other way too. And this maybe, I don't know if people agree with me, but if you're willing to be discriminatory against one group, you're not going to stop right there. You're not all of a sudden going to become Open Arms Journey sings a zombie song about the next group. I am working hard because this wine is delicious.
Well, and oddly, I think he'll still drink it.
Oh yeah.
Wow, zombie.
No, we learned about cheap shit. This is the good shit, and a gift for my friend Jenny.
Cheap shit makes him forget the Oscars.
But
it's a friend from your.
But you know what I'm saying? I think it's one of those things where if you're a franchisee, you're just sitting there thinking,
you have to be scared shitless.
You got to be scared shitless. Who is he going to go after next? I mean, are we going to make fun of Asians in the next 5 minutes? Probably.
I own a Papa John's in Detroit. The black thing.
Right. No. I know how random that was, but that is nail on the head.
Absolutely.
If you're sitting there in an urban area, you're thinking, oh, please don't let this motherfucker with 7-car garages and a mansion all of a sudden pick one more group he doesn't like.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Please, God.
Please leave that alone.
And if you're in San Francisco and you want people to and you know how much money football brings in, you do not want some guy going anti-gay on you Jesus Christ.
Or him.
Right.
Yeah, or him.
You're right, because you're thinking, oh my God, this is revenue. And if you don't believe it's revenue, when the Super Bowl comes to your town,
it's revenue.
Yeah, huge.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And you guys probably worked at Mary's. No, I don't know.
During the Super Bowl?
No, in '96, I worked at a sports bar. I worked at the Hilton Sports Bar, and let me tell you how much money that fucker brought into my personal pocket.
Now, where was the Hilton Sports Bar?
The Hilton Sports Bar was at the Hilton South Mountain.
Right. Okay. So the Hilton South Mountain.
Yeah. I was going to add another mountain in there because the South Mountain wasn't enough.
No,
South Mountain.
You were down here, right?
The Point Hilton at South Mountain.
So the money that you would have brought in, because that was fairly close. No, because it wasn't in.
It was in Tempe.
It was in Tempe. I was going to say,
my God.
wait a minute.
Sun Devil Stadium.
The money, the Tostito Bowl was that year. We went Tostito Bowl.
You had to have made a shitload of money there.
We went to the when they play at TLC, TPA, TPC. The golf thing. The golf thing.
Yeah. Right.
The golf thing is then. They used to do the race. They used to do the car race that same weekend.
Yes.
They would do the race thing. I worked in a sports bar.
Which was
when the Super Bowl hit. By that time, I was wiping my ass with cash. So, but to pretend that you can say something like that and piss people off, and they didn't come because of Martin Luther King here in this state.
Absolutely.
The reason that the Super Bowl waited till '96, we had that team in the '80s, because the Martin Luther King holiday. If you don't start thinking about when you have these prejudiced approaches, it's dollar amounts. Think it through, motherfucker. Papa fucking Joe Paterno John or whatever your goddamn name is. Put your Bible down and think about money. Be a capitalist for about 5 fucking seconds.
But was that what it was about? Was that even what it was about?
Oh, who knows?
I don't think so. I think it was just an off-the-cuff remark that shouldn't have been made. And, you know, as far as the whole gay thing, but yet and football and just, it was craziness, and he just shouldn't have been speaking. He shouldn't have been speaking. So I don't think it was about the Bible for him, but normally it is.
Oh, it usually is.
Usually it is. The last thing I believe that I have, thank you for letting me go through my whole list, Al.
I'm enjoying your entire list.
By the way, I was kidding.
I was trying to give you a song cue through one of them. I was trying to help so much.
Camera, that'd be funny.
That's not her name.
So there was a new thing that I thought was interesting. How many of you have traveled by plane recently?
Ooh, it's been a long time.
Okay. Frequently,
right? And for you,
for me, well, actually, I think
the sequester
to come to Minnesota.
I think when I came to get you in Minnesota.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that. By the way,
it's very cold there.
Yes,
it was.
Lots of snow today.
We had a good time though.
We did. So you know that whole like, oh, you got to take off your shoes and you got to stand in front of the thing and be all, what? Oh shit! You see my outline? And there's all of this. That's great. Now apparently, by size, you can take small pocket knives on the plane and some sports equipment.
Golf clubs, I think, are in that.
Yeah, because those can't do any damage.
But why you wouldn't carry that on?
Put that through.
You
would
never carry golf.
No, you would check that.
Where?
But if you have your putter, maybe it's your.
Where in the name of all that's a living Christ?
Yeah,
can you
put
fit
a golf fucking bag?
You can barely fit a carry-on makeup case.
Right. It has to, because it has to fit in that little box.
Right.
And I'm kind of just being a smartass with this, because if I have to still take off my fucking shoes,
and you're bringing a pocket knife,
you can have a pocket knife, and you can have, and again, it's a certain size, and it's this and that. I don't know. The jugular doesn't seem very deep, so
I just want to let you know.
I'm just saying.
After a couple years of schooling,
with a pen, you could do that.
Exactly.
Yes.
I can stab you in just the right
place that you can bleed out in about 5 minutes.
Absolutely,
that scares me.
Yeah, but it's so true. That's what I've not understood about a lot of this.
Yeah. If I were violent, I can.
Well, and Tyler can attest to that.
Did I ever? And I don't know if I ever mentioned, but I heard this story about a guy and his daughter.
Tyler's.
Yeah.
Tyler, I love you.
I gotta see that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see that.
He's good. There was a girl. There was a father and daughter who got on an airplane, and the daughter had like a Slurpee, whatever, that she got in the concession, and they wouldn't let her take it past security. And she was really young, and so like she didn't get the concept of you can't take this shit past. And she cried and was so upset that she had to throw the Slurpee out. Sure. And the dad was like, this is bullshit. So they get on the plane. The dad, the whole time, had like a gigantic concealed knife.
Wow.
A huge blade, not a pocket knife, like a big ass, like
a Rambo.
Stab you in the throat
Rambo
knife.
Shit.
And then, so what happens is he gets on the plane with the daughter and he like takes a picture of himself leaning against the, with the daughter in the background is still crying.
Yeah.
And
he's all
he's showing the knife and takes a picture.
Can't have a Slurpee, but
and it was it just makes TSA it just makes them a joke.
Well, it's okay because during the sequester,
they're all getting furloughed anyway.
There's 3 for every airport. The funniest thing though, and I
shouldn't say that because honestly, I do want some airplane security.
No,
but they
that's
are
the thing to cut.
Yeah, no, exactly. No pun intended.
No, come back from the
Let me keep my fucking shoes on.
Come back to the bayonets and horses.
Yeah.
They took us down with box cutters, and we went after them with tanks.
By the way, box cutters are still not permitted.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
compared to a small knife, they're just
they
not.
They did a 21st century attack with airplanes and box cutters, and we went after them with 19th century tanks and guns. Like, no, we're fighting 2 different battles here.
Yeah.
Like, they are so much, they're in a tech war, and we went back to invade a country because we had Dick fucking Cheney.
Did you also hear, though, about the plane in New York who just maybe today or yesterday...
The
drone?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But now they're saying that people, as a hobby, have drones.
Right.
Well, that's what they're saying, that this...
Everybody can have a drone now.
They said, we don't think this is like a terrorist attack, although they would say that no matter. They're not going to tell the public, like, this
in
is
New York.
Definitely terrorism. They're going to say... No, this is a 12-year-old. He's just playing with a new toy he got.
He got it for his birthday.
Yeah. Well, but it was scary.
But was 200 feet from a jetliner.
It was right. And then it landed.
200 feet. And now if you think about like what the distance is from a jetliner, is it now they're at like 5 miles? Like if you're within and it's something real. I can't remember. I think it's more than a mile. But if you're within a mile, horizontally or vertically from another airline, they panic. Yeah. So when you're at feet, can you imagine what someone's thinking?
But the TSA or the TSA, no, the T whatever else, the traffic
NTSB?
No,
maybe. I don't know. The people that guard the traffic, the airline traffic.
You're so close.
I am. I know. I don't know what it's called.
No,
they didn't know. It was the
FAA.
The FAA. Yes, the FAA.
Oh my God!
Ooh,
3 letters.
Tough. The FAA didn't
I'm so stressed out, zombies.
They had, but that's weird because it was it was in FAA controlled airspace, and the FAA had no idea. It was a pilot. Was the one. Did you hear the radio exchange? Was the pilot said,
"What the hell's this?
What is this? There's a drone flying in right underneath us. Right. That's scary,
which is freaky." Yeah, the idea that like when I think about going, and I don't know what your experience had been pre coming to Minnesota. That would have been leave it alone. Just leave it alone because I heard it being said, and I thought, God damn, let it go. But you motherfuckers can't. Okay. So anyway. The last time you had been on a plane before.
Nice, same.
Thank you.
Nice, that's good.
Thank you. I feel like I'm in a courtroom. Your Honor, please let me
strike that.
May I rephrase?
Right. May I rephrase? Well, before that, I don't know what your experience had been because this, I mean, you go there, you're taking off your belt, you're taking off your shoes, you have to, well, I wear a hat. Damn near everywhere I go, I have to take off my hat. Now that pisses me off. Where but you have to look underneath.
I
have to take off my hat.
I don't have a milliner, so I don't know. I don't have a hat.
No, but I mean, you have to take. I mean, it's everything. You have to show them that you don't have anything. What?
Well, for the longest time, I was flying twice a year to San Luis Obispo for a lane.
Oh, sure.
So I would fly back and then fly back up.
Okay.
And the other thing that they would freak out about on me was sometimes it was a one-way ticket.
Oh, that's always bad.
So if it's a one-way ticket, you got
bad.
and all I had was a carry-on, no checked luggage.
Oh, you're everything.
I had to go through every fucking thing.
Yeah, you're everything they're looking for.
You're right, I was.
You really are.
Absolutely.
Aside from the fact that I'm a white man.
But even still, you were tanning a lot at the time.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's true. But I mean, my grandmother, she would be going through there, and I mean, because I know you people, allow me to preface it this way. Before she died, she died in 2005.
She flew a lot more before she died.
She flew a lot more than and was a lot and she was a lot more suspicious.
Now, how is she doing in the zombie apocalypse?
Well, she's okay now. She's Micheline or whatever.
Michonne.
Whatever.
But hey,
thanks.
Yeah.
God,
thanks.
did you just?
She
did
watches.
You just reference
she fucking watches. You're a dirty rotten liar. She's a dirty rotten liar.
No.
Yes, she does.
Not
yes,
even a little
does.
bit. I'm not a closeted Micheline watcher.
Michonne.
I said Micheline. What I saw it in the chat.
But it was
Christ on the cross.
It was close enough.
There's that.
But you have all of
liar.
That was last week.
Oh my God, I had that written down to be our word for this week.
That was funny. You missed that last week.
But yeah, you go through. You have to go through all this shit to get through, and now they're saying, well, you can take a bat. Well, as long as it's smaller than.
There's no bathtub.
No, the bat.
Bat.
But. Really? So I can take a bat that's about 10 X amount of length, but I can't take a regulation bat. Because it doesn't hit the same when I swing it.
These are the stupidest rules.
Stupid.
And
a knife, like I said,
it?
less than 2.6 centimeters or some shit.
Can still jack somebody.
Absolutely. And Clayton, you had totally. I was with you. A pen,
an ink pen,
a pencil, whatever.
Right.
I mean,
you could jab it in your neck, somebody's neck. Not
so
your
anyway,
neck.
I just thought that the whole thing was just fucking stupid.
Suck it.
And just ridiculous. Seriously. And I also thought that it was interesting, and I'm going to mispronounce it, but when you just read it, the head of the commission for the TSA is Pistol. And I thought that was funny to me. That was just funny.
His last name is Pistol?
Pistol, yeah.
I wish it was his first name.
I know, right? John Pistol.
Or Pistol John.
It's probably Pistole, but I don't give a shit. It's Pistol as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, it's European.
And I thought it's a gun. Correct.
It's European.
Anyway, but
Pistole.
I digress. I thought it was interesting. Let's slowly put things on because you can't if I can't take big things of liquid because there's a liquid bomb scare in 2006, now I can take 2 ounces. But I can take 94 things that are 2 ounces each onto the plane.
Because I can't get a cup to mix them. But I have to tell you a TSA story. So I usually try to be
and if I'm a terrorist, I'm going to bring a baby. There's no two ways about it.
Right, because I already told you.
Yeah.
So
I didn't think so.
I already told you how to get through that. So I try to stay up because I do fly a lot. Mm-hmm. And I want to be through that bullshit as fast as possible. I used to try and ditch my family at the curb, and I won't do a Chris Matthews and make a bad comment here, but you'll all think it at home. Thank God for something. That finally they had to stay at the curb because I was like, we're done. Like, you're slowing me down, ladies. So I try to keep abreast of current situations. I wear slip-on shoes. I try to keep everything light and easy. I know what to pack. When I used to travel with Harrison, because she has one name and it's a giant pain in the ass.
You mentioned that.
I would be like, I'm a white guy with good teeth. Like, I'm getting through customs in a minute and a half. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I got big white eyes. Like,
I ain't no zombie.
I could be stoned and I don't look
no Michelin.
I ain't no zombie.
Damn, Michelin.
So what I missed, though, in my the white boy update did not include, I did not get the memo about the liquids coming onto the plane. So I'm going through security with my Starbucks.
Oh, sure.
And this was before they got really strict with that, because otherwise this conversation would have went differently. But I'm standing there in line, and guess what's in my right hand? A coffee, because it's me and I'm alive.
You bet.
So I've got my Starbucks, and I'm drinking it through a straw, and I'm listening to something through headphones.
Donna Summer.
The Pope.
Probably.
Mostly.
Pope. I can't wait till someone famous comes to town again.
You'll understand if you hear it.
You got to hear the song. It's so goddamn funny. Marin Cadell, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm walking through, and I take off my one earplug because clearly this man is talking to me, and I have to listen to him because he's wearing a uniform, and I want to be respectful, and I want to keep up my white status of getting through. And I'm like, what? He's like, sip that. And I'm like, sip? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, you need to sip that. I'm like, you want to sip my fucking coffee? Like, Starbucks is right over there. What do you need? And he's like, you need to sip that. I'm like, what are you talking about?
And what a weird thing to say, though, like, sip that.
And he might have said something else, but I had my headphones in. Like, I leave them in right until it's time to be polite and take them off and be the kind white person that I am. And play my role. And I'm like, I'm lost. I'm like, seriously? You need to drink my fucking coffee? Are you that tired?
Right.
He's like, no, you need to sip that to let us know that it's not a hot liquid or poison. So first you're going to sip it, then you're going to throw it away, and then you're going through a strip search. And I'm like, I just don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, it was fluids on the plane, and they hadn't restricted the amount yet. Okay. But you had to, like, show them.
That's crazy. Sip it so we know it's not a bomb.
And to make sure it wasn't acid or something you could throw at somebody. And there was, like, a little window between liquids you could carry on, and then they were restricted to 3 ounces, and it certainly wasn't something you could drink. And I was so caught off guard by the thing. And my tone of voice was meant to be my friendly tone, which you've never heard. But it can happen. And what came out was my usual tone of, shut the fuck up, bitch. Yeah. And it was so funny. And I had a little tiny cavity search, but I finished but the funny thing is that...
By the way, he did that shit on purpose.
I got searched once, too.
I finished the coffee. I just went to they were trying to take it out of my hand, and I'm like,
was it a faithful black man?
I love this about the faithful black man.
Could be. Martin, you got your list? You got it out?
Anyway,
you got it to go? There she goes. Okay, it's been... we are running way late on this, but...
Sorry, guys.
Why, what do we
Thank
miss?
you.
Well, whoops, I turned that mic way the fuck up. And now it's time for this.
And now, thoughtful vulgarity, where we, in the studio, try to make ourselves slightly less shallow, which is not hard to do. We will ask one question of the panel and have them try to answer it while fucked up drunk. Because you know at home how well it goes when an important question comes up 90 minutes after alcohol has been served. Politics, religion, why not? You're fucked up. What could possibly go wrong? Who could you offend? You've been warned. Good luck. So our question today is, Katie, what's on your list? Well, there's two things on there that I think we should talk about.
Well, before we actually get into that, let me throw this in there only because it wasn't brought up in the first 2 hours, and I should have. For those of you who want to know, aside from now that you can see video and you can see how the studio kind of looks, on the 26th of March, it's a Tuesday from 5:30 until 10 p.m., there is an open house right here at the Q Talk America Studios.
Excited!
We will be having a little on our courtyard. We're going to have a little kind of a happy hour with some snacks or some food. I think Jason Carlton is actually going to be our bartender for that that evening.
Good.
And then
what
it's
about
going
Ruben? Maybe he can join us. So cute.
Maybe Ruben will just stop by and sit here, kind of like when Joel came by.
Yeah.
Anyway, so by that time, I have to have Studio A done, which Godspeed for that. And then what's going to happen is we're going to start our show, as we do each and every Tuesday night right here. And people will be able to watch through the windows and see how we put it all together and how it looks from standing right there.
They'll be in the panic
Clayton,
room.
Will we be broadcasting live on speakers that y'all can hear in the other room? And
we're hopeful.
We need to figure that out.
We're hopeful.
I'm excited.
It's all pre-wired. I already did all that.
Oh.
Now, is there, if there is, because I need one, would a jawbone or whatever they're called be helpful?
Huh.
Like a wireless device?
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Would that help if we put
well done. I thought he meant like the jaws of life to get into a
yes,
car.
But if we had one of those, I think they're called
happening.
jawbones. Would that be helpful if we had something that could pick up wireless
jawbone,
sound?
I think, is a earpiece.
I already pre-wired the wall, so we can just put the speakers.
Now, I do have a question. Are they able to get to my alcohol? Because I'll be pissed. Can we lock the fridge? Motherfuckers are not touching my booze.
They're not. No, we'll have a separate booze for that.
Okay, good.
We will lock it.
Yeah.
All right, good call.
Okay, so now that little bit of
just wanted to make sure
housekeeping is out of the way, continue on with whatever the fuck we're going to talk about for the next 23 minutes.
So I think we should have a real question, but I will say, yeah,
could you work that out? Perkins?
For weeks I've been asking for a real question.
A couple things that we didn't address. Thinking about yourself while Al comes up with the real question is that there's an HIV cure.
Yeah.
Potentially, and my biggest question, and I'll just say this, is that the reason that they found out is because the woman who had zero prenatal care went in. She was HIV positive. The baby was HIV positive. They treated within 30 hours. And then the only reason they found out that this might be a cure is because after the baby was 18 months old, she came back and the mom had stopped giving her the HIV treatments. And so I'm like, when do we consider this neglect, and when do we take the baby away?
About 8.5 months ago.
Yeah, because the baby, I get that poor people don't always get prenatal care, but when you determine that your baby has HIV and has no choice, they don't have an adult choice in the matter whether or not to take drugs, and you have to be responsible, and you just decide to stop. That seems to me like a problem, but it's potentially exciting for
but devil's advocate in this. So she stopped, and I get that she stopped, and maybe that's the profile of a bad parent. But clearly, for whatever reason, it's a good outcome because they figured out.
You're right.
But is it a cure? So my thing
is, I don't know if it's a cure. But that's
right. It does. It looks like it, and that's super exciting. And I'm not trying to be negative, Nancy. I just look at it and I want to wait.
Oh no, I agree with you.
I
wholly
agree.
Right, because the thing
show me the money.
Exactly.
Show
that's what they're fucking putting out there right now. It's a cure. And I'm like, whoa.
But there have been some doctors, like the ones that discovered this, are really excited, and but I think they're all saying we're hopeful, but we are not putting our money on this yet.
Am I the only one who thought it was funny that the doctor who did the press conference, her last name is gay?
Ding ding.
That's kind of funny.
I liked that.
However,
I didn't think it was funny. I thought that was fantastic. I thought it was cool. So,
I noticed that her reluctance when she said it, even I think the word inadvertently cured was what she said. The first thing I'm thinking of is every drug company is like, fuck.
Right.
No, now I have to. I just put it in the chat room.
I would think that too.
It's called spontaneous seroconversion, and it happened before. I'm kind of surprised that no one's doing the research on this, and it seems to only happen in babies. And somebody's got to Google it. It's going to take me a while to process it, or to Google it is the word I think I'm looking for.
Spontaneous
seroconversion, sero being blood, and it has happened. SERO. It has happened before, and I'm hoping that Harrison is in the chat room. I can't remember, but hopefully she'll text me. This is a story from years ago, where babies born with HIV just on their own converted to HIV negative.
And that's what I was wondering. Yeah, because is it about the... There's maybe growing out of it, or what kind of strain? What I said earlier, like, is it a different strain? Because if that's the case, I know personally, and you guys have to as well, I'd be shocked. I know people that are HIV positive that have stopped taking their medication. We
yes,
absolutely know one.
Everybody does.
And or knew one. and he stopped taking it, and he didn't spontaneously just not
and there
have
are
HIV
different
anymore.
strains.
So
viruses like the flu virus. Viruses have a way of mutating. They have a way of changing.
Yes.
And there's that thought that, okay, I already have the disease. I already have the virus. I can go out and have unprotected sex. But what you don't realize is you could catch another strain.
Yeah.
So they found the combination that works for that. And the difference between IV drug user infection and the difference between sexually transmitted are much different.
Are they
usually.
really very?
Yes, the IV drug user is much more virulent. Like it's a much worse strain.
Really?
Yes.
I know a girl. Well, I'm sorry.
But now
I don't
things
know a
have
girl
changed,
that's
and
pregnant right now with a baby. She is HIV positive from IV drug use. She's clean and sober now.
Right.
But she's pregnant and she's HIV positive.
And they'll put her on the drug regimen and the baby will go on the drug regimen. But this spontaneous seroconversion has been around and has been documented before, because I thought of this when I saw the story. I was like, wait a minute.
You've heard something about
it. And Harrison's not anywhere that I can find her, so maybe
I'm Googling it, but it's
listening.
very like a lot of very medical pages that I don't totally understand.
Right, and it's rare. It's not common, but it has happened.
But then there's also
because
the Berlin
I came
patient.
up, you know me with words. I came up with it in a minute. I was like, wait, I remember the story.
There's the Berlin patient who was treated with the right kind of drugs and is now not detectable. His HIV.
Most people are non-detectable.
Okay, and
most people that are positive and on the drug regimen, their viral load is non-detectable.
And then there's Magic Johnson, another like really super famous guy who's totally non-detectable.
Right.
And so
almost everyone you know is because of the drugs is non-detectable.
My fear is that
I didn't know
you're
that.
going to have people that are going to hear this and that are going to say, I should go off the medicine. You have people that are not going to read into it enough, that are not going to look at, well, maybe if I stop taking the medicine.
No, and Harrison said it happened in the 90s a lot because people couldn't afford meds.
Absolutely, right. But I mean, do you guys, are you following me, or is that a stupid thing to say?
No, and that's what I'm saying, because...
I mean, that ignorance that someone's going to go, I might get cured just like that baby did.
No, and
if I stop taking
I'm now, like, almost 7 years, I'm like a couple weeks short of 7 years outside the bar. When I worked at the bar, I knew so much more about HIV and HIV prevention and HIV meds than I do now working in the restaurant. Like, it's so strange to me that when I was in the community and constantly dealing with people, I had so much more information.
It's an issue there, yeah. People are like thinking about it. Yeah. But yeah, I do agree.
And now, somebody comes in the restaurant, I'm like, oh, I don't fucking know.
I do hear what you're saying, Marnie, because I know someone who said the same thing. Well, who has said, well, I mean, yeah, safe sex is important, a gay man, but I mean, you can just, doesn't really matter anymore. You can just take meds.
Because you can take meds.
The most, and here, okay, wait, let's go, we gotta backtrack, because this is very...
Fucking startling.
Give me a close-up on this one. This one's important.
Mr. DeMille.
No, this one's important. People always say, now it's manageable, like diabetes. And the danger is that, yes, diabetes is manageable, but when diabetes goes wrong, it goes so fucking wrong. And it affects all of your body in the most horrible ways, and they start chopping off parts of your body. You can take that close up now. Like, it's a manageable disease, but oh my God, do people mismanage it? And when you have diabetes, they start cutting parts off of you like you are. I
just don't get diabetes,
and you should not ever get diabetes.
I don't.
No, exercise is your best defense. I mean, if you're white, so again, your risk gets lower. It's African American. Native American.
I just think it's dangerous.
But oh my God,
I think
no,
it's dangerous,
to think that something is manageable like diabetes, like absolutely not, absolutely not.
Yes,
absolutely
not.
And
that's what I mean.
Even though you're
dangerous,
you're not going to die tomorrow. It is bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and die horribly. Like when it goes wrong, you die horribly. Sorry for the no fun.
Yeah,
but
I know.
That's one of those things when people. Oh my God, when people say like it's manageable like diabetes. What's your next story? I'm sorry.
No, the other.
Psoriasis or some other lovely topic.
I had Hugo Chavez dies today, but who really cares? I mean, it's important.
Apparently the Chavez family are pretty sure.
But not Renee Chavez.
It's
more worried about Rudy Gilmore.
It's important, but Cuba.
Not Cuba.
Venezuela. Excuse me, Venezuela. We don't.
But that's the next one to go. I think if we're going to take
Fidel Castro.
That's what I was thinking. We should be really offensive and play. Have you ever been to a bar where they play the dead celebrity game?
No, but we should play it.
Oh my God, that could be kind of fun.
So if you ever go to a bar, and I haven't seen many in Arizona, but they have a dead celebrity pool, And
She's black and did coke. Whitney.
Right, but she would have been like number 3 on every board.
I love
so
it.
what they do is they have like the top 10 people on a board that are likely to die soon of
guys,
like
I am
natural causes.
literally preparing
so
this
they'll put
for
they'll
the
put like
next
Zsa
week.
Gabor on there because they've chopped off legs, probably diabetes, or she's a zombie. I'm not sure which.
She totally has zombie diabetes.
Ziabetes.
Zombie diabetes.
That's what Micheline has.
I was in a bar in California that had Bob Hope next on the week that he died, and it was so goddamn funny.
That's awesome.
Because people were like, I won free drinks. And I'm like, oh, that's brilliant.
I like it.
I would like to nominate and people in the Ziabetes. See, Tyler, you're watching live. You're not behind even a second. So, Molly, I think you have a cheap computer. And it's okay because Marnie doesn't have cable.
I have cable.
Yes, no, you have DirecTV.
I have DirecTV.
We're doing it.
She doesn't have cable.
I'm gonna.
We need it either behind me or behind her. We need the dead celebrity board,
We're doing
and
it.
we have to take bets on who like the next dead celebrity is.
I'm bringing it in next
Well,
week.
we can do it, but somebody's got to make it.
It's
I don't
how
have
we're
time.
It's how we're gonna go viral. It's how we're gonna go viral.
I'm gonna do it. Dead celebrities.
But
Make it out of pancakes. Two problems, one
elegant solution.
Do you?
Next caller.
And then when they die, we eat the pancake.
Oh my god, and that would be delicious.
do we keep them in the fridge?
Just a dollop of sour cream.
Right?
Ziabetes. I think we should drink. Let's all drink
Ziabetes. I don't have anything left.
We have discovered and found the cure for a new disease. Another empty goddamn glass.
I don't have another.
Diabetes.
Ladies and gentlemen at home, now you know the shit that goes on here.
Well, do we have a question?
Oh, Tyler. Yeah, the Berlin patient receives stem cells. You're right.
Stem cells?
Stem cells.
Stem cells. Sick of stem cells.
But that
Have you ever seen South Park?
She said,
Two more things.
I want to
All
be
right.
Britney Spears.
Devastating. Florida is sinking the whole fucking state. Also, Jon Stewart is
In a
retiring.
sinkhole,
So
as it
that's
were.
happening. And
Does anyone want a little
That's
taste
that.
of all this
I
delicious?
do actually.
I do not.
Yeah,
even a
but
little bit.
how do
bring
you
back a-
glass? Do you
Clayton
share
McKee,
glasses?
bring back a plastic
That'd be
glass.
good.
Yeah.
But Florida, the sinkhole, that's scary, McGarry. My
He's
family
dead.
lives.
Well, well, maybe, but
He's
he's just
dead.
Well, of
No,
course
he is
but-
definitely dead.
But he's just, I mean,
was
all of a
not on the
sudden, I
list.
mean, talk about like that fear of dream of falling, right? Like you're dreaming and you're
Shit.
falling in your
Shit,
dream, and they
shit,
say that
shit.
shit isn't real. Look in a dream dictionary. They'll tell you that that's not real, and if you actually land, you're dead. He must have landed. That's all. I bet that, you know, what, seriously, you're watching Jay Leno, which is your first mistake, and all of a sudden you're like, what? And there you go. Done. No. What?
Okay, two
Where did I
things.
go?
Hopefully
I'm
he
gone.
was already asleep.
Most important one, if I'm sitting
stoned.
in front of a TV
Something, yeah.
with Jay Leno on,
Let me die.
no, I probably already did. It's time to put a knife through my head to make sure I don't come back to Ziabetes. They've nominated that for the show title, and I have to agree.
Micheline.
But we're gonna pronounce it Ziabetes. Because at work I still call it sugar beaties.
How come
I
you,
still
how come you
call
can
it-
be ethnic?
Yeah, I'm
but
on
I
board with
can't?
diabetes.
Because it was a Saturday Night Live skit where they
I
were
know.
talking about sugar beaties. I got my sugar beaties.
Sugar beaties.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do.
All right.
We're gonna get a dry erase marker. This is your only job with your pancakes.
Oh,
we're gonna
right
get
on
a
the
dry
window?
erase marker, and up here we're gonna pick our top 10 celebrities that are gonna die next.
good.
And listeners, viewers, however you self-identify at home, you are gonna send in names, and we will rate the names, the top 10 votes.
Okay.
Yes, good, good.
And Clayton's gonna agree because he stepped out during the voting. So
Well, Clayton's, yeah. it's
okay,
fine.
so I will come in with some different colors, and we'll. It's
Isn't
gonna
that
be good.
fantastic?
Yeah,
Well, wait a minute.
this is
Should we have
good.
like different? So if
Thanks,
someone's going
Al.
to die in a
See,
week,
Al.
it
Well, we
should
don't
be
have
a
to
green
put a-
marker.
we don't have to
If-
put a time frame on it.
Well,
no,
You
by
just
the
say-
next show, we have our list of who's
Okay.
gonna die by the next show.
Oh, I see.
Now-
Oh my god! I feel like this is gonna take some serious research because I don't know who's gonna fucking
Right,
die.
and we
Well,
changed.
of course we don't. We
I mean,
didn't
I'm
think
gonna put
Whitney.
Lindsay Lohan up there.
Right, that's what I mean.
Like
Think of what.
she's gonna be on my list.
Think of the winners we have: Zsa Gabor,
How old
Lindsay
is Whitney?
Lohan,
How
Oh
old
my
is
god, the
Lindsay
queen!
Lohan?
Oh my
How
god,
old is
I'm
she?
picking. I can't.
in dog years, she's like
reeling it in.
70.
She's 109.
Yeah.
But how old is Lindsay Lohan?
30 some odd, maybe.
No, not
Maybe.
even.
I
Not
don't
even.
think.
She's like 27.
Well, because and how old was
Lindsay Horan.
Was that Tyler?
Tyler, he's
I love
funny.
him.
Oh,
God damn, he's good.
Tyler, when you can
No,
take your vacation next,
he really
come to
does.
Phoenix.
He
Please
hang
come
out.
to
Yeah,
Phoenix.
you
Hang out
have a
with
place
us.
to stay. You're
It's
not,
really true.
you know,
I have
whatever.
a guest room.
Yeah.
I
do
we all
as
have
well.
guest rooms.
My
Yeah.
guest room is right down the hall from a crying baby, but you
Yeah.
are welcome.
Mine is
have a guest
done.
room.
Feed her
You can be
in the
out
middle
by
of
the
the night.
pool whenever you want to. You're fine. And
Mine is down the hall from the bathroom. I
And
don't
Clayton
have any of
knows
these
enough
children or
Mexicans
dog
that
things.
will get you a cabana boy.
Oh,
now,
Tyler vacation here.
totally. So
Stay at the Clarendon.
Lindsay, now how
If
old
none of these sound appealing
Marilyn
anyway.
Monroe when she died?
30. I want to say 36.
Youngie Pants. How is that? What's that one club of
so
people that have been
29.
No, she was in her
29.
30s.
Monroe, I thought she was in her 30s.
No,
the
she's
club?
talking about the 29 Forever
the 29
Club.
Forever.
Oh, but 30. I think Marilyn died at 36.
Well, and the reason
in 63.
the reason that
my.
she was like an inverse kind of thing.
Ooh,
This is really good.
isn't that?
Okay, I'm still over here. The reason that I'm
She just found a
asking
good
that
red
is
wine.
because you have like the Chris Farley, John Belushi kind of thing, like where they did all these
But Lindsay
comparisons.
Lohan's not funny.
No,
Okay.
I'm not comparing her to
Okay,
John
okay.
Belushi.
No,
or
she was 36,
whatever.
but she died in 62.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm just looking at the idea that there was this whole Chris Farley is like John Belushi and those comparisons that,
Right.
that everyone makes, and then he dies
Well, that's
at the
lovely.
same.
Oh, but
no, but I don't think she'll make it to 36. I
I
was
don't either.
thinking Marilyn Monroe was younger.
But
And so
Lindsay
I
does not have
thought-
anywhere near Marilyn's talent. Like, not even
No,
a
by the way,
little bit.
and if it depends on when you grew up, because I'll tell you what,
No.
Aaron
She's
thinks that,
26.
No, time the fuck
Okay.
out. Aaron thinks that Chris Farley is funnier than fuck, and I thought he was pretty funny. But John Belushi, you want to compare the two?
I would, as
And I love John Belushi.
as slightly
I
older,
love-
but not quite out of
Yeah.
the important demographic yet.
Yeah.
I would say that Chris Farley was funnier than John Belushi because I knew all the shitty things that John Belushi said about women.
Oh,
so
see,
I
you're
never
right.
liked.
Yeah,
he
no,
always said
uh-uh.
he's the originator of the women aren't funny.
Oh, you're right. I
He's-
do remember that.
Yeah, I mean,
John
I don't know
Belushi.
if he
By the way,
started it.
No, but I remember that because Jane Curtin had a big.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Wait, what happened
He's a
between
fat
Jane
fuck.
Jane
Everybody
Curtin?
on SNL, like he shot down
Yep.
once.
Gilda Radner.
Those
and
are
Jane
like
Curtin.
Chevy
they're like
Chase
the
left
women of
first.
comedy.
Yeah, Chevy Chase left
Lorraine
first
Newman.
Why?
because he was so big on SNL, and he only had a 1-year contract. He's the only one that didn't sign a 1-year contract, and he became so big on SNL
Yep.
that they said year 2 was either going to become the Chevy Chase show, or he would leave and they would truly become an ensemble because he did Gerald Ford. He did the
Really?
Weekend
So
Update.
is this the very first
Very
year of
first
SNL
year,
ever? 'Cause
very
my
first year.
parents have the disc set of
God, it's funny.
all the beginning, so
and
I
they're
need to go
all
back and
funny.
watch.
And I can't remember if it's Bill Murray. Bill Murray replaced him. Bill Murray was
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah,
replacement.
yeah,
Bill
yeah.
Murray's not on the first year,
Yeah.
or he was just occasional.
Yep.
But that was the thing. But John Belushi always shot down the women's sketches. Like he hated.
True,
Well, I don't know
I
if
do
he
remember.
hated Gilda Radner, but he thought she was not funny, and
I'm
he always
Googling
shot her
this.
shit done. Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know if
'Cause
he's.
I'm
I'm sure
pissed.
other people said that women aren't funny, but John Belushi was the one that made a point of it and like was he. Ugh.
So oddly,
fuck.
that was not
Your
where I
point?
was going with it. But I mean, just the idea but Lindsay Lohan can't hang out until she's 36. I don't think she'll ever live that
no.
long.
And
I don't
she's-
think there's a chance in
and
hell.
she doesn't have a-
And Dina Lohan, seriously,
Should have. You know, I won't say it because
Yeah,
I tell her and thinks
understand
I'm
that,
violent.
But yeah.
I don't know if you heard me, but Lindsay's 26.
Tyler has already been
okay.
coming up with a list. By the way, he's already like got people on, and Mark.
And Mark,
They already
Billy
were on the
Graham,
list.
Kirk Douglas, Dr. Drew's Death Den.
Billy Graham was dead.
Tyler wins.
I thought
I am
he
sorry.
died.
Tyler wins. We're gonna
Close.
call it.
Oh, okay.
Dr.
Drew's
Drew's
Death
Death Den. And we're gonna do it in dry erase marker on this window.
I would say Mindy McCready,
That way
but
you can
that
wipe
just
it off,
happened.
and
That
that'll
is
give
so
him something to
sad.
do because
I have
before
a-
he'll come here and clean the window.
Now, I know this is going to seem odd to you.
I have a dry erase marker.
I have a dry erase board.
oh, that'll
That's
make you feel better
fantastic.
because then we don't dirty the window.
Yeah.
Well, that would clean up
I
right
like
away.
it.
But
When I'm in the customers' rooms, and if they're if they're dirty and I can't come out without the gown, I write all their vital signs on the window
I
in
love
dry
it.
erase marker.
At the
and I
restaurant?
wipe it off. Yeah.
I like it.
Isn't
like
that
it.
funny? And everybody's like, "That's awful." I'm like, "I don't give a shit. I gotta find it."
well, if we just do it on that,
Oh!
it's easy to clean, and it's one less thing for you to
But
bring
we
in.
should do a dry erase board, and we should do it like a telethon. It's gonna be fantastic.
Oh, well, we need enough room though to put our listeners because I already said to Mark. And
No, we got our
Tyler,
top 10. Top
oh,
10.
Yeah.
And we take everybody into account. Our
Oh,
votes,
okay.
their votes. You only get a top 10. We got to cut it off somewhere.
We have a show top 10, not an individual top 10.
No, just show top 10.
Okay.
I'm going to just tell you right now that if this is happening, which I have no problem
It
with,
is.
you guys have to run this because I don't have time
you
for
just
this.
give us.
We're
If you
ready.
give us a dry erase board, I will take this one.
We got this.
All right.
This is better than Dead or Alive. Remember Dead or Alive on Remote Control, that game show on MTV?
Yes.
Dead or Alive. Kirk Douglas. Who knows? Nobody can win.
It's a 50-50.
Well
All
played,
right,
Tyler.
So
well
we're gonna.
played.
Oh,
Well
Dr.
played.
Somebody has to write that down.
Fidel
Marty, write
Castro.
that down.
Fidel Castro.
Dr. Drew's Death Den. Write that down right now.
I got it right now.
All right, so I'm gonna start. I didn't know about Tina Cockroaches.
know. That's fantastic.
That is so true. when the zombie apocalypse comes, because I'm almost done with this drink, it's going to be me, Tina Turner, and Keith Richards.
And
You're
Cher.
certain of it.
Cher will be with us. That's the pun. How do you know the punchline to that joke?
Oh, no.
I can't remember who told that joke, but the joke always ended with, Cher will be with us.
Yeah. Oh.
How do you know that joke? Like you don't watch TV.
No.
All right.
You can't.
Thoughtful
possibly.
vulgarity.
Yeah.
Who's your number one pick for the next dead celebrity? Be thoughtful and vulgar.
Am I a little late with thinking Bonnie Franklin? If you could have asked me just a couple days ago.
Okay, while she answers, you cue up. We need a little bit of the song.
Wait a minute. What the hell? Did Bonnie Franklin die?
Yes.
Dead.
What?
She just had
She's as
pancreatic
dead as
cancer.
Whitney Houston right
And
now.
I tweeted.
No pulse.
I tweeted
Bonnie
Valerie
Franklin?
Bertinelli the day that she died.
Did you? I did not hear about this at all.
I did. She did.
In
She
a
passed away.
fucking cave.
Oh, and a shocking bit of news, and I'm just going to interrupt you guys.
Please.
Sure.
And this
That's
is what
weird.
worried me,
So
because when
weird.
I heard Bonnie Franklin died, I was doing like generational math in my head.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking Bonnie Franklin to be Mackenzie Phillips.
Yeah.
Do I have that name right?
Yeah.
Yes, that was the daughter, the
I
oldest
want her
daughter.
number 2 on my list.
She-
goes number
Mackenzie
2.
She
Phillips?
should be.
Yeah.
Mackenzie Phillips.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I'm thinking, how can you be 69
She's not
and that
dead?
tired old hag was your daughter?
Right.
Because she's
She
like,
looks, but
Well,
huge.
But there was
huge
only a
heroin addict.
13-year difference, I think.
Yeah.
13-year difference. So this was really the
she's
Beverly
53.
Hillbillies. This was, I mean, what the fuck? Because the first thing I thought of was Valerie Bertinelli has publicly celebrated her 50th birthday.
52.
And she was the
Oh
youngest.
my God! Nicely done, Mark.
She was the younger. One day at a time. You'll muddle through.
Yes.
That was Tim's favorite.
I just thought One Day at a Time was fantastic.
I know that Joe and Katie don't think I know Tim, but that was his favorite sitcom when we were
Stop
children.
it. I never said that. That is Joe. That's Joe's weird thing. Wait, is it? Do you have any idea what's happening right now, kid? No, but I know Mackenzie Phillips.
Not
only
dead.
from Dr.
Celebrity
Drew.
Rehab, right.
Is she dead?
No, not yet. That's why she's number 2
yet.
on
But is
my
she
list.
still doing meth?
No,
No.
she was
Probably.
a heroin addict.
She's
Heroin.
his,
She's
she's
a
his
huge
enabler.
Yeah.
She's the one, because one season, and I only know her from other talk shows. I know her from One Day at a Time.
Right.
And American Graffiti.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
You have 2
But
minutes.
okay, well,
That's a
real
good
quick.
song.
So she was on there, and she's always. I guess the season she was on, she was enabling other people and helping them
Sure.
get sober, and everyone thought she was a bitch, and she got kind of a bad reputation. But hey, they're dead. She's still alive, so she's warning.
Right.
All right, Marty.
I
Next,
mean, maybe.
next dead celebrity. You got music to go with it.
I do. I would say. Oh, go, Katie. Go.
I'm
Go.
I'm literally
Go.
Googling next dead celebrity.
By the
because
way, I just did the same thing.
Oh, cheaters!
Well,
Okay,
kind
wait.
of, except because I'm like
I'm gonna come up with I'm gonna come up with my own list. But right now I hear. Oh,
Okay. By the way,
Chavez, but
I
he just
don't. Yeah,
died.
I don't have anything really because nothing came up.
I
would-
have somebody.
Yeah, go ahead.
The Queen.
No.
Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it.
I think she
We
should
have
be
a
on
dry
the
erase
list.
marker right now. This looks like a dry erase
It
marker.
is not.
No, that's a
highlighter.
highlighter.
God,
All right,
don't
I'm writing
use
it
that.
down. I'm writing it down.
Highlighters.
The Queen.
The Queen.
Katie
I actually
That's the
thought
Queen.
I thought of the Queen before I looked at this list.
Is that
when I
times
saw
two?
the list, I also
Times
thought
two?
George Bush Sr.
Oh, these are good
Yeah.
guesses.
Yeah.
Prince Philip. Prince Philip. Zaza Gabor.
Prince Philip.
Or Jaja, as it were.
It's better as Zaza, because then she was in La Caja Fall, the original cast.
Anyway, all right.
That's
My
European.
dad.
Don't go there.
My dad wanted to be in La Caja Fall.
I thought you were going to say your dad wanted to be
No,
Jaja
he
Gabor,
really.
and I thought,
You know what? He really
Have you-
liked
has
the
he taken a
birdcage.
paternity test?
No, yes, he was a theater guy as
By
well.
the way, her dad also
Again.
wants to be a celebrity
My dad
bartender.
wants to be a
friend.
celebrity
I love
bartender,
that. I
and I'm
love that.
feeling like maybe he
Clayton,
should
who
come
do you
on
think?
before I try to get pregnant, which is soon. So
All right.
Who do you think, Clayton?
I think your dad gets 2 weeks from now slot. Because next week, isn't it Jason Carlton?
no, next
No,
week is Aaron.
of the 2 weeks from.
Next
Next
week
week
is
is Aaron.
Aaron.
2 weeks is open. You're not pregnant. 2 weeks. We got her father.
is that's the
that
video?
is
That's
funny.
our opening
Can't,
now.
no, the grand opening is Carlton.
That's the grand
the 19th.
opening. That's Jason Carlton. Oh,
Is that 2 weeks away?
I think so.
Your father is 3 weeks away. Right? Is
Something
good?
like that. We'll look
Okay,
at a
wait.
calendar.
Next dead celebrity. Next
Next
dead celebrity.
caller.
Dead celebrity.
Yes, my dad's on the 26th.
We're booked. Is he hot?
Hugh
Does he wear a
Downs
Speedo?
has got to be close.
Hugh
Oh.
Downs.
Hugh
Is he
Downs.
not dead yet?
No, he's not dead.
That's why Dead or Alive
Good
is
one.
so
Hugh Downs has
hard.
got to be close.
Good one. Mickey Rourke. He's or not Mickey. Who's the guy?
Mickey
that did
Rourke.
60
Mickey
Minutes?
Rooney?
Mickey Rooney.
Yeah, Mickey Rooney.
Rourke, Mickey
Okay.
Rooney. He died.
Okay.
He already died.
No, he's alive.
No, he's alive.
still
But
alive.
he's up there, I think.
Oh my God! All right, this has been the worst episode
I'm
of
gonna say
thoughtful
I'm gonna
vulgarity
say the
ever.
Pope.
Oh, I thought this was
I'm going
good.
with the Pope.
The emeritus or whatever the fuck he is.
All right, I'm taking Prince Philip.
It is the end of hour 3.
Prince Philip.
It is coming up on 10 o'clock. Thank you for joining us. It's the show on Q Talk America with Katie, Al, Marnie, and myself. I'm Clayton McKee. Thank you for being here. As we like to close each and every show, we would like to say we will see you next Tuesday
with a new segment.
Unless you're the queen.
You've been listening to the show on Q Talk America.